biggest misinterpretation would be that as soon as I assign you a new address to a structure that you're getting ready to build, you cannot automatically go onto Google and find that address 10 minutes later. It's not going to populate. I get that very often. Unfortunately, I do not work for Google or Apple Maps, but it is automatically live on our site, so first responders are able to pick that up. Google will not pick it up, and most likely until you start receiving mail.
Our beef is exclusively available at the Monk's Marketplace. Taste the difference that care and quality make, and visit our serene landscape to pick up your perfect cut.
On Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support local, stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
For 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Gordon Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
A lot of people don't know we started Eric's Pharmacy in 1995. So we've been going strong for over 29 years. We had a chance to spruce things up, put in new flooring, new shelving, and it really came together beautifully. We invite everyone to come by and take a look.
Castor Key Auto Mart, online or in person. Castor Key Auto Mart. They're good people to deal with.
Mark, you visited the Durant game last week. What do we have to look forward to tonight?
I'll tell you what, tonight's going to be exciting, Daniel. We are really pumped about this evening. Had a chance to go down there last week and saw the Shawnee Wolves manhandle the Durant Lions, and they just took it to them, I want to tell you. And tonight, we're looking for a great matchup here at Jim Thorpe Stadium, and we're excited about what's going to happen tonight. The story of the night, we'll talk about it as we go along tonight, but it is to stop number 1, who is one of the premier running backs of the state of Oklahoma, his name being Prentice Elliott, and we'll probably call that name a lot tonight. We'll talk about that as we go along. We're just set here to kick off tonight. Last week, of course, we went down to Durant and won that game. We also won the opener, the conference opener the week before that against Hera. And we're playing this team tonight, the Tulsa School of Science and Technology, who actually lost a game, their game last week, but it was a close one against Tulsa East Central. 42-38 was the final score in that one.
And we'll need to talk about that one a little bit later.
Well, we're all set here to kick off, and Whitson is deep to receive along with Lamar White, and here is the kickoff, and it's a relatively short kick. The bounce is about the 19-yard line, and Whitson picks it up and heads up the field there. It has a little bit of running room and makes it back to close to the 35-yard line. 19-yard return on that by Carter Whitson, and we'll set up right there at around the 34-yard line. It'll be spotted for your Shawnee Wolves.
We have listed as the starters on offense tonight: Cody Lyles, number 2, Antoine Cujo, number 3, number 5, Mark McClain, number 7, Carter Whitson, number 12, Zach Wallace, 22, Lamar White, and he and Mark are probably going to be sharing the tailback duties. 54, Zach Howard, 58, Jake Simpson, 69, Anthony Herod, 72, Justin Thompson, 74, Brian Little, and 96, Big Walter Boyd.
First and 10, your Shawnee Wolves on the 34-yard line. Quarterback Whitson in the shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff to White, now rolls to his right. He has a man wide open. It's Zach Wallace at the 40-yard line. To the 30, to the 25 goes Zach Wallace, and what a great catch. And he could not be any more open than he was on that particular play. 43 yards on that catch from Carter Whitson to Zach Wallace.
A wonderful way to start off the game. First play from scrimmage, busting out for over 40 yards. When Carter came around that corner to throw the ball, there was not a Tulsa player within 10 yards of it.
First down, 10 yards to go for your Shawnee Wolves at the 23-yard line. Carter Whitson under center now. Lamar wide in the backfield. Lamar takes the ball, has some running room there, breaks a couple of tackles, and does a great job to get down close to the 15-yard line is where they'll spot it there.
That looks like the tackle was made by Mr. Prentice Elliott.
Yeah, let's talk about him while we have I'll tell you what, well, let's save that until they get on offense, and we'll talk about what he can do, because we're fixing to score here, and they're going to be hopefully, and then they'll be on offense. We'll talk about that. Quite a story we have about Prentice Elliott. Wide in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to your left, and Whitson hands the ball off too wide, and he gets close to the first down there, and depending on where they spot that, he's going to be short of a yard or two there.
If you notice, Mark, Shawnee's opened up with a no-huddle offense. This is a ploy that the coaching staff put in because they're going to try to wear down this Tulsa school. They feel like that they have an athlete on their team, some athletes, but they don't think they're in the condition that the Shawnee Wolves are in.
Daniel, I don't know this, but I predict a high-scoring game tonight. I think it's going to come down to us being able to rack up a huge amount of points against this team. And if Prentice Elliott is as good as they say he is, he's going to probably score some points tonight. So we just need to be on top of our game offensively and score more than that. It's Walter Boyd in the backfield. That's kind of a new wrinkle that we see there. And Boyd is a big guy that just rumbles his way down close to the 8-yard line. Last week, let me tell you a story about Walter Boyd. He caught a touchdown pass. It was about close to a 50-yard pass. He caught it around the 40-yard line or something like that, and was rumbling down toward the goal line. Had men strapped all around him. They looked like just kind of ants on a hill there, and he was just pushing them off like flies. And my son Jacob talked to him right at the end of the game there, and he said, well, he could feel him on his back, and he could see the goal line. And he realized it was further than he thought it was, but he just shucked him off and went right down and scored. It was a great play by Walter Boyd. It's a great effort. Such a big guy, hard to take down. And Walter gets the ball again, and they're going to use that big strength of his. And that time, Tulsa SST gets into the backfield there, and probably is a loss on that particular play. It'll bring up a second down and 7 yards now.
If I'm not mistaken, it looked like number 56, Tony Thompson. He's a sophomore, and he hit him pretty low there, Mark. Use the leverage. Now, I was talking to Walter Boyd just prior to the game. I said, Walter, you ready to play? And he said, how can you not be ready for a game like this?
He's a delightful young man. He really is. Such a neat person. All right, it's 2nd down and 9. Actually lost some yardage on that play. And then, over the middle there goes Cody Lyles. And Cody Lyles just scampers 9 yards wide open into the end zone there. And we draw first blood here tonight against the Titans. It's 6-0, your Shawnee Wolves.
They took that drive all the way down the field in less than 3 minutes.
It was remarkable. It really was. Adam Betterton on now for the extra point attempt. And ball is down by Parsons. Kick is up, and it is straight through. So Betterton adds the extra point there. And it's 7-0, Wolves.
And the crowd is getting their shakers going, Mark, tonight. Over 200 of them now. They seem to add 50 of them each game, is what I'm told, down there. I apologize. I don't think we have our outside microphone going, but we might out there. We'll see.
As if it's not loud enough already.
Number 1505, 1505.
I tell you, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Shawnee is really on a roll, Daniel. Like I say, they won their last 2 games. They beat Durant, then beat Hera, and overall SST is 3-2, and they lost. Of course, I talked about that. They lost last week to Tulsa East Central, 42-38. The big story in this game tonight is their star running back, Prentice Elliott, number 1. And I want you to take a look at these numbers. 1,177 yards on 94 carries. That's a 12.4 yard average. 15 touchdowns in only 5 games thus far. And last week in a losing effort, he ran for 334 yards and 3 touchdowns. Coach Whitson and Brown also both said he is the best high school football player they've ever seen. Tonight's task for the Wolves in 2 words: stop Elliott. That's what they need to do tonight in order to win this game. Felix Banjo to kick off tonight and kind of squibs one down the middle there. And that is Prentice Elliott, number 1, with the ball, and he just breaks tackles left and right, and finally he's pushed out of bounds after a nice return, and they're going to spot the ball. It looks like, oh, there's a penalty flag that just flies in the air. He must have thrown that thing 30 feet in the air. The ball's going to be spotted around the 32-yard line, I think.
As this gives us opportunity to bring up and thank Robert Gunderson, Dr. Robert Gunderson of Oklahoma Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. He is the Shawnee Wolves team doctor, and he has supported this broadcast all year long. We want to thank Dr. Robert Gunderson, and we want to show you your Shawnee Wolves on top, 7, and Tulsa McLean. I'm just going to call him Tulsa McLean. Nothing.
That's the Titans. It's kind of a handful. All right, they're set up, ready to go now. And the quarterback is, I believe that's 22 Goff. A little confusion there in the backfield, and Prince Elliott gets the ball, and he's stuffed immediately there.
Now, talking about Prentice Elliott, last week, I believe he had 3 runs more than 70 yards, maybe 2 more than 80.
Yeah,
so it's not that he doesn't get stopped every now and again. It's just that once he gets past 10 yards, I heard Coach Brown say, he's gone.
Yeah,
he only, in the 4 games that he watched on film, he only saw him tackled beyond 10-yard mark 1 time.
Yeah. That's why you have such a high average, 12.4-yard average, and you got 94 carries. That's a lot of carries and a high average. And Stephen Brewer out to the bottom of your screen there, receiver. Quarterback hands the ball off. That's a different back that time. That's number 11, Damon Dyer. Dwy? Damon Dwy. That's kind of hard to say. I guess I'm saying his name right. Damon Dwy. It was a first down, by the way. Across to the 45-yard line is where they'll spot the ball for the Titans.
Compared to those 90-plus carries for Prentice Elliott, our leading attempter has only rushed 53, so almost half of what Mr. Elliott is.
Goff, the quarterback, under center now. And Elliott gets the ball, is met at the line of scrimmage there, falls forward for another 3 or 4 yards.
I think, Mark, it's going to be real important tonight that the first person that hits the ball carrier hangs on, and they wait for help. If he's able to shake that first one with his speed and his moves, he may be hard to stop. You're exactly right.
Second down and 5 now for the Titans. Goff, the quarterback now. A quick handoff over the right side, and he breaks a couple of tackles. That is number 6, Ryan Rowland, who gets a first down on that carry.
It looks like they're using Prentice pretty well early as a decoy, and some of the other players are racking up some yardage.
Yeah, I can almost imagine the strategy for our defense tonight is to key on Elliott, and then obviously I think they probably know that, and anybody who's watched any game films is going to be aware of the fact that Elliott is going to be majority of the time the ball carrier. And so with that, you can confuse the defense by handing the ball off to someone else, and that's what we've seen so far tonight. That time he fumbles the ball, does Elliott, and it looks like, yes, the Wolves recover that.
Looks like Brandon.
Big old Chris Brandon, number 73, he falls on that one there, and what a great turnover for the Shawnee Wolves to stop them on their first offensive possession. And credit Chris Brandon, number 73, who is quick to act and fall on that ball.
I'll tell you, when Chris Brandon covers that ball, ain't nobody else going to get it.
You're not going to be able to get down there and pull it out from underneath that guy. 6 minutes, 45 seconds left to go. First quarter action here. Our score 7-0. Shawnee Wolves leading the Titans. Zach Wallace to the bottom of your screen. Cudjoe to the right. That's Lyles in motion there. And the handoff goes to Lamar White, and he's met immediately. as Whitson was in the shotgun there and hands the ball off, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And we want to thank Shawnee Cleaners, Dwight and Darcy Yancey, for their support of Shawnee Wolves football. They've been a supporter all year long, as all of our sponsors. All of our sponsors have stuck with us. They want to support Shawnee Wolves in this successful program. Thank you, Dwight and Darcy and Shawnee Cleaners.
Two-back split in the backfield. Now White goes in motion. Whitson in the shotgun formation. He's going to hand the ball off to Lyles, and again, he's met immediately. Defense doing a good job of stacking up there in the middle and stuffing those holes. And so far we've just gotten back to the line of scrimmage twice.
That's the offensive. The sophomore Tony Thompson for Tulsa McLean making those hard hits down there.
These guys are quick and fast, and they can move to the ball. Their defense can. 3rd down and 10 now, and a presumably passing situation now. 3 wide receivers, and Whitson's in trouble. Breaks away free from one tackler, and then finally just falls forward. No one open there, so he has to take the ball, tuck it, and run. But he does get pretty good yardage there, but it's not near good enough for a first down. In fact, he only gains about 5-6 yards on that. Wolves will have to punt.
It'll be interesting to see if they punt towards Prentice Elliott or if they try to keep the ball away from him.
I would do my best if I was Jason Bourbonnais. I'm sure he's probably been instructed already. Do not kick it to number 1. And if you do, at least kick it high enough where you'll give your opportunity for your teammates to get down there with good coverage. Prentice Elliott is deep to receive. Bourbonnais on now to kick. And it's a fake, and Whitson has the ball, and he struggles forward, and he gets very, very close to the first down. And I don't know what they're going to call this, but he was very, very close to that marker.
That
Great
looks like
fake.
One of the left foot, right foot
Yeah,
dilemmas.
it is. It's definitely. They're going to have to measure this. They've got to measure this, and if I'm sure Coach is saying you're going to have to measure that. Yes, and sure enough they are, because it's going to be. Otherwise, it'll be a turnover.
I'll tell you, Mark, I'm right on the line, and if Carter made this. He's going to make it by the nose of the football.
Yeah, this is one of those deals where they get the credit card out, and slide it in there to see if it. Let's look at this. Oh, look at this. That is so close.
It was inches.
No, didn't quite get there though. Just didn't quite get there. But that was a great effort and a gutsy call for Coach Whitson to go for the fake punt there.
Shows a lot of confidence in his defense.
Well, let's see if they can step up to the task now. Our defense, we need to call out their defense, and we'll check those in just a moment after this play. And it's 1st and 10 now, right on the 45-yard line, the Wolves' 45-yard line. Quarterback Kendall Goff. And he's in a little bit of trouble now in the backfield, and he's just going to take the ball and run around to his left side there, and Joe Collier takes him out of bounds. Defensively for the Wolves, our nose guard, David Holmes, Chris Brandon, we mentioned him earlier, he recovered the fumble. Richard Sims, Jared Kessler, Lamar White, Ely, and Will Thompson sharing the linebacker core. Eric Combs, the Wolfback, Gilly, and Jackson sharing that rover position. And then, of course, Carter Whitson back there is our free safety. McAvoy and Joe Collier are your cornerbacks. About a 3-yard scamper there for the quarterback, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 7 now for the Titans. Ball spotted at the Wolves' 42-yard line. And now a timeout by the officials as they go over and confer.
We're going to take that opportunity then to talk about our sponsor. Shawnee Cleaners at 707 East Independence. Dwight and Darcy Yancey always offer smiles and a quick service. Mark, you tell me that's where you take your clothes, isn't it?
It is.
Shawnee Cleaners is weekday, same-day service and drop-off service on Saturday and Sunday, which is kind of unique for them. Shawnee Cleaners has a laundromat available as well. Thanks, Dwight and Darcy, and everyone at Shawnee Cleaners in helping make this television broadcast of the Wolves football possible.
Actually, my wife does all that kind of stuff, but I appreciate her doing that. Quarterback hands the ball off to Prentice Elliott. He runs right up the middle, breaking tackles left and right, taking men with him, and gets a first down on that run. Well, he makes it look so easy, doesn't he?
He does. He got more than 10 yards in the good out of that is we tackled him. We still tackled him.
He didn't score. That's right. He didn't score. Ball spotted now, 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Titans. Quarterback Goff now under center. Elliott gets the ball. Flag goes down as Chris Brannon collars him there.
He really smothered him, didn't he?
Torrance Ely also in on that tackle, and it looks like a movement there. And that's going to go against the Titans. They'll back them up.
That's gonna help the Wolves. Past few home games we've watched, the Wolves have had some problems with penalties, so it's good to see them start going the other way.
Mm-hmm.
They declined the penalty.
Yeah, because that's going to bring up a third down.
No, second down.
No, I'm sorry, excuse me. Check that. Yeah, second down.
Again,
that's interesting that they would decline that penalty there.
Coach showing a lot of confidence in his men.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, second down, 8 yards to go now. And Goff is your quarterback. Fakes the handoff to Elliott. Now he's looking long. Has a man out there deep, and he overthrows him. And had that receiver just had kept his same pace and kept running, the ball would have been right there. But he kind of stopped and turned around and never did quite. The ball was actually overthrown. It was the receiver's fault. Jeremy Hooks, number 80, on the intended receiver.
Yeah, I think the ball was coming a little bit inside. Carter Whitson at his free safety position he had a bead on it. Maybe if they would have thrown it a little more towards the sideline, towards the corner, he could have run under it and get it.
He stopped though. He went out there and he just kind of paused a little bit, and then the ball was overthrown. So that may work to our favor. Now it's 3rd and long, so we'll see if we can hold him here. He is going to throw the ball. He throws it out there again. Almost the same play. And great coverage by Coy McAvoy.
Yeah, they're testing the wrong cornerback
they
over
sure
there,
are.
I believe.
Do they know how fast he is?
I don't think so.
There's not a man out there that can outrun him.
You're exactly right. Number 11 tried, and he didn't get anywhere in front of him. Corey had perfect position on that play.
Yeah, so now it's 4th down, and they probably will go for this. It's too long for a field goal, and I imagine they're not going to punt here. So the best thing in their position is to go ahead and go for it. So far, your Shawnee Wolves have done a great job defensively on this effort here. If they can stop them one more time. 4 wide receiver set now.
Quick slant to Prentice Elliott.
Yeah, could be. Now he just fakes it. He's got a win. He has a man wide open in the middle, but he's got pressure everywhere. Oh, that is a fantastic play.
That was big Jared Kessler in there.
Did you see the open receiver?
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable how open he was.
I'm just glad he didn't see him, Mark.
Exactly. Well, Kessler did a great job in keeping him, I guess, from seeing him because Kessler was right on his tail. Great defensive stop by the Shawnee Wolves.
We want to throw up and thank Sonic. Shawnee, home of Shawnee Hamburgers.
Shawnee Hamburgers.
Thank you, John Winringer, and all the local Shawnee Sonics for your support of Shawnee football. And we're going to do that one again in just a minute.
1st and 10, Shawnee Wolves, 37-yard line on a great defensive stop. Ball goes over on downs. And we'll see what we can do offensively now. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the top of your screen. And Whitson wants to throw the ball, but he's got heavy coverage, and he just never had time at all. We've scored on that particular offensive setup before. That's where you have your 2 wide receivers stacked, 2 to the right side, 2 to the left side. But that time, the coverage broke down, and Whitson had no time at all to get rid of the ball.
I think they've scouted it enough to know that Carter likes to take that ball back up the middle. They really have a bead on him. Maybe see something fake into the middle, play action, and get it out wide again to one of these receivers.
Jason Bourbonnais in now to the left side, the top side of your screen. Wallace and Cudjoe to the right. Big Walter Boyd in the backfield, and Walter gets the handoff, crosses the 40-yard line before he's stopped there. Gains maybe 1 or 2 yards and bring up 3rd and long now.
Like he was stopped by number 9, William McGuire, a junior from Tulsa.
Like to see that's a new wrinkle, Walter Boyd in the backfield. I think that's from last week when they saw how well he could run the ball. Especially when he gets in the open field, it was almost humorous watching guys trying to tackle him around his neck because they weren't having any luck at all. It's kind of funny watching him. Again, Walter Boyd and Lamar White in the backfield. And a fake handoff to White, and again, Whitson's in big trouble, and he just has to eat the ball there because he has 3 of defenders right on top of him. And he's not having any time back there at all to throw the ball, Daniel.
You're exactly right. We're going to have to control the line of scrimmage a little bit better. On that first drive, we really came out and hammered them. It looks like we could have our way with this defensive unit for the Tulsa team, but the last 2 drives, they've really stopped us.
Yeah, coach is down there now talking to the line and telling them, giving them some instructions on what they need to do to tighten that thing up a little bit and to give Whitson a little bit more time to throw the ball. Jason Bourbonnais now to punt the ball, and I'm sure he'll probably punt it this time. Prentice Elliott back, and that's a high snap. He's able to bring it down. Gets off a good punt because it goes right out of bounds and no return there. That's a great punt.
That really was.
He had no chance to get over there in time to even snag it before it went out of bounds. 35 yards on that punt. That's a great punt. Last week, Bourbonnais kicked like a 57-yard punt. It was one of those deals where it just kind of rolled and just kept rolling and rolling.
That would have been huge to see. Just like the huge hamburgers over at Sonic. The tasty hamburgers. I love Sonic. I like to eat their fries in particular. You need to visit the Sonics here in Shawnee. We have 2 on Kickapoo, 1 on Harrison. The original location of what later became the Sonic franchise. We want to thank Sonic and their participation in this year's Shawnee football broadcast.
Had a diet cherry vanilla Coke yesterday from Sonic.
They're the best.
Yeah, they are. All right, now the ball goes over on downs now as the TSST Titans take over at their own 28-yard line. Goff, the quarterback, throws the ball out there to his receiver, and he catches the ball and is going to be close to a first down. That was Ryan Rowland.
Saw Torrance Ely out there. It's good to see him back chasing the ball. But I think Carter Whitson came up and knocked the legs out from underneath him. The Wolves on defense seem to be employing the bend but don't break philosophy tonight, Mark. They've been giving up some bigger plays of more than 10 yards, but they've stopped Tulsa
We haven't
from
seen
scoring.
We haven't seen the biggie yet from Elliott, and it's just one of the things you're just kind of thinking, oh gosh, when's it coming, you know? And he gets the ball this time and breaks a couple of tackles, and they're just doing a great job. And I tell you what they're doing is
Flag.
Yeah, there's a flag down on that play, but they're hitting right at the line of scrimmage and making good contact, slowing him down enough to where they're allowing some of their teammates to get over there and get a hand on him. He's so slippery and quick. We'll check this flag.
He sure is. The coaches that watched him last week said that what was unique about him is not only could he see, and he had speed. He had both. They say that that's quite unique. They usually have one or the other, but it was said that he sees the holes, 3 holes before he gets to them. So he can really make the cuts.
Just that natural raw talent that's just hard to coach. Either you have it or you don't, and he's one that does, and could go a long way.
Did you see the call on that? Was it
it was a face mask. Yes, it was a face mask call. And so that'll give them a automatic first down, ball on the 47-yard line. 37 seconds left to go. And there's another fumble on the play. And I think they may have fallen on this. We'll check that. Yeah, looks like probably they got it back. But that's twice we've seen a mishandled snap there.
Same way. Quarterback really not getting a handle of it.
It's probably going to do it for the rest of the first quarter there. And we've owned the first quarter thus far, Daniel. 7-0. Shawnee Wolves on top of this one.
We really have. It's good to see him come out like this.
They won't get this play off, and there you go. There's the whistle for the end of the first quarter. With our score, Shawnee 7 and Tulsa TSST Titans, your visitors 0. We want to thank Robert Gunderson for the scoreboard tonight and sure appreciate his sponsorship of Shawnee Wolves football as we enter into the second quarter of play. What do you think about the first quarter so far, Daniel?
Well, I was really impressed with our opening drive. I think that Coach was talking in the locker room about investment and coming out and working as a team and showing this Tulsa team that they've worked harder, they put in more time, and they came out confident Then as it progressed, it looked like perhaps they're doing some stunting or something on the defensive line, but their defensive line really started to bottle things up, and that slowed us down. As far as defensively, like I said just a minute ago, it seemed that we've employed the bend but don't break. I think we have one eye on, everybody has one eye on Prentice Elliott and the other eye trying to follow the ball rather than trying to follow the ball exclusively. So they may get some yardage, but hopefully we'll keep them from the big play, Mark.
They don't seem to be intimidated at all by Prentice Elliott. It seems to me that, if anything, they're just doing their job out there like they normally do and taking business as usual, and that is a great defensive stand by the Shawnee Wolves. And so far, that's been it. One good drive right off the bat as we took the opening kickoff down and scored in just a few plays there. I wish I don't know exactly how many plays. It wasn't very many.
No, it
just
wasn't.
a handful of plays we were able to take it down and score. And since that time, it's been more of a defensive struggle, a couple of fumbles, one that we were able to recover. Chris Brandon fell on. And now, beginning of the second quarter, the Titans have the ball on the 46-yard line, handoff to Prentice Elliott. And he gets 2 or 3 yards on that down to the 40-yard line is where they'll check that 39-yard line. 41, I'll get it straight here in a minute. 41-yard line is where they're going to spot the ball. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Looks like he ran right through the arms of Chris Brandon there. Gained another 3 yards before a couple of Wolves got on top of him. Chris slowed him down a little bit. The crowd's really into this game, Mark. They really want to see us stop them. 3rd down.
3rd down and 3 now. Goff, the quarterback, pitches back to Elliott. He's got a little bit of room. We need to close that gap there. And he is hit and pushed out of bounds, but not after he gets the first down. Joe Collier, the first man over there to make contact.
Justin Bedwell cleaned it up a little bit. He is really smooth. He looks very smooth in gaining 8 yards there.
Yeah, he had a lot of field to cover, too, and with his speed, he was able to just make an angle over there and head toward the first down marker and get around the corner enough to get the first down. So that's going to be 1st and 10. Ball set up on the 33-yard line. 2 wide receivers, one to your bottom screen and one to your top. Now that's a handoff to the first man through, and he's stacked up there. Doesn't get very far.
It looked like Big Walter Boyd in there to stop him. Oh, nope, David Holmes was the one. Mistook the 5 for a 6.
Holmes has done a great job. He's got 24 tackles thus far this year. He's really done well.
Amongst the leaders, isn't he?
He really is. Of course, Whitson is leading all those with 38. Will Thompson with 30, and Justin Bedwell has 29 tackles for the defense. Off the quarterback under center, hands it off to Prentice, and I tell you what, he is being stacked up there. He's not doing what he did last week, that's for sure. I didn't see the game film, but he gained over 300 yards, 334 yards.
Do you know how many times he carried the ball for that? I think we have it. That was David Holmes in on that tackle again. It's always good to see him having a good game.
Nobody had 3 touchdowns, I know that, against that, and there was an 80-yarder and a 70-yarder and another 80-something yarder.
Looks like
3rd down and 4 now. We need to stop them here. They're all in 4-down territory, however, and he wants to throw the ball. Has a man open out there, but he does not connect at all. In fact, it was not a very good pass whatsoever, and the intended receiver, Damon Dwight.
Looked like Corey McAvoy had a better chance at that ball than the receiver did. Another 4th down, big 4th down and 4.5, 5 yards to go.
I am so impressed by the way thus far we've been able to handle Prentice Elliott. And somebody calls a timeout. I think, Tulsa calls the timeout there with 9 minutes and 56 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Our score, 7-0 Wolves.
And we want to thank Shawnee Mall. You'll be glad you came out to the mall, Shawnee, before you head into Oklahoma City or to some other town. Shop locally. Try out the mall. They've gone through a lot of improvements over the last year, and it's really looking nice. The Shawnee Mall experience right here in Shawnee. People travel all over, Mark, to come to our mall from the outlying areas. Let's get out there and support them. And while you're out there, tell the vendors that you appreciate their support of Shawnee Wolves football. Thank you, Shawnee Mall.
Last year we played this team. Shawnee won 54-8 and took it to them pretty handily. They had no trouble at all. But this is a different team. The Titans were 1-9 last year, and quite a turnaround. Their coach, they hired Danny Daniels as a head coach. Danny coached at Hominy for about 17 years. I think they even had a state championship there, if I'm not mistaken, at Hominy. And so he's really turned this team around. But so far tonight, the Shawnee Wolves are taking it to the task here and doing a great job. This is one of the biggest plays thus far now. It's 4th and 4 to see if we can hold them. And the quarterback wants to throw the ball, and he's going to throw it deep. He has a man wide. Did he catch that? No, he did not. At first I thought he did, and it might have gone out of bounds out of the end zone.
You know what I think that was, Mark? I think that was Carter Whitson with a hit.
Yeah, it was.
Knocked that ball right out of his hands.
You know, they may have seen some game film about what Carter Whitson does to people who try to catch balls. And Carter goes over and it does a real nice thing to check on him over there and to make sure he's all right. Good sportsmanship for Carter as he just kind of goes over and he's all right. But
as that play developed, it looked like their big man, Prentice Elliott, was open over the middle. Now Carter may have been shadowing him a little bit before the ball went into the air. Carter really made up some ground to get to the back of the end zone.
So what, do we have a penalty here? I missed that. Oh, I didn't even see the flag.
I didn't either.
Yeah, roughing the passer is the penalty, and neither one of us saw that. We apologize for that, and that is an unfortunate penalty, by the way, because now that gives them a new set of downs, 1st and 10, and they're going to spot the ball, looks like around the 10-yard line, somewhere near the 10.
15.
15?
It's hard to tell from this
No, it's
angle.
not.
Just looking at the pylon and 10 yards to go. Looks like it's closer to the 15. They can get a first down right around the 5-yard line. This is where he's
Prentice
dangerous.
Elliott loose in the backfield, and there's another flag that goes down and he scores a touchdown, but they're going to call this back. That's going to be a holding call, more than likely. That's usually in the area where you see that, and sure enough, that's what it's going to be. And I believe that's an illegal hand to the face or something of that nature.
It looked like they were trying to get Jared Jackson out of the way down there.
Regardless of the penalty, they're going to call this back, but it take nothing away from the great run that you just saw there from Prentice Elliott, and it showed his incredible athleticism as he was able to break some tackles and get on into the end zone. But fortunately, it'll come back on a penalty. So fortunately for the Wolves, there's a penalty on that play, and that'll bring the ball all the way back from the 13 is where it was spotted originally, back to close to near the 30-yard line. Call it the 31. So this will bring up a second down and not a long way, let's put it that way, 25 yards at least. Off the quarterback, hands the ball to the first man through, and he tries to go to the right, nothing there, so he just turns around, goes his other direction, and it's rolling the ball carrier that time and gets some pretty decent yardage, but not even back to the line of scrimmage. Close to the 20-yard line is where they'll stop him there.
Looks like they had 21 to go for the first, Mark.
It's going to be second down and more like about 18 yards, I think, probably for the first down. Quarterback fakes the handoff and now hands the ball off to an end around, and the end gets around to the left side and doesn't get very far before he's stopped there. That's Damon Bly, number 11.
Big Jared Kessler out there to slow him down, and Carter Whitson up to make the tackle.
Little bit of fancy misdirection there, razzle-dazzle play that gets him a couple of yards, but that's about it, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and long, and this is kind of where we were earlier, 3rd and 11. So far, the Wolves have been up to the task and they've had to stop them. Let's see if we can do it again. This is 4-down territory, 3rd down and 11 now. 2 backs in the backfield. And that's Prentice Elliott, who's just looking for a hole there. You see him kind of stop, and he just picks his way and scampers into the end zone. That's amazing. He just kind of stopped and looked for a hole and just took it.
Yes, he
That's
did.
that's when you're talking about vision, how he just sees things. And it's like he picked out, okay, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to score a touchdown. And he just made it look easy.
That was pretty sharp, and you called it because he literally did come to a stop and just waited for a hole to develop and then shot right through it.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody run quite like that, where he just says, okay, this is probably the best course of action to run to the right 3 feet, then to the left 6, and then he scores a touchdown.
That's pretty amazing.
It really is. So they finally get on the scoreboard with 8 minutes left to go now in our first half. And the extra point try is, I don't think that's going to be any good. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Apologize for that. It didn't look like it was from this angle. But he's able to tie the score up.
And that takes us back, Mark, to that 4th down penalty in which we had a mental letdown in roughing the passer, which gave him the opportunity down there inside our own 20. And with a runner like Prentice Elliott, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, when you get the ball in that kind of field position on which really amounted more or less to a turnover because it would have been our ball.
Oh, that's right.
And you give them that kind of field position to start off with fresh set of downs, with a quality player that Prentice Elliott is, he indeed is going to make you pay. And so we had to pay 7 points for that one, and our score is tied.
We'll have to see how the offense responds to this. If they can bring it out and get us some first downs and move the ball a little bit. We seem to have played a lot of this game on our side of the field.
Possibly open up a little bit with the aerial play here. We'll see what we can do from the passing standpoint, maybe, possibly.
Let's watch the defensive line a little bit on this next set of downs, and let's see if we can locate some stunning. Maybe they're doing some stunning that they weren't doing it during the first series that we had.
Joe Collier deep to receive along with Lamar White as we see the kickoff, and it looks like it's going to go to Collier, who grabs the ball at the 10-yard line. He's got an open field there to the 30, to the 40-yard line. Collier to the 45, and he's pulled out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Great run back. 50-yard run back by Joe Collier. What a great run back, and it sets us up with great field position in Titan territory at the 39-yard line. Call it the 40 as he's pushed out of bounds there, but I'm telling you what, that was a great run by Joe Collier.
No better time for it with the game tied. We show the Robert Gunderson scoreboard. We thank you, Robert Gunderson, for your support of Shawnee Wolves football. Shawnee Wolves 7 and the visitors 7 as well. Let's get some more points on the Shawnee side. Thank you, Dr. Gunderson.
We're ready to score again. Our offense is set up out there now as they take over after the touchdown by Prentice Elliott. 1st and 10, Shawnee Wolves 40-yard line. 7 minutes, 56 seconds left to go in our first half. And there's a flag that stops the play right there. Somebody moved, evidently.
It did look like there was movement along the line.
Illegal procedure is the preliminary indication.
Just as we said that the penalties were going the other way, we've had 2 big ones. You don't want to start with such a run back like that. Joe Collier setting the table for his offense. We don't want to start 5 yards the wrong direction. Let's turn it around.
Those are the kind of things that kill your momentum when you get a big play like that and come back and get stalled out by penalties. 1st and 15 now. Let's see what we can do here. I'd like to see us go down and score before halftime. Got plenty of time to do that. No hurry at this point. Looks like a blitz there coming in, and Carter Whitson's going to take the ball around his left side and is pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets about 2 yards.
It looks like they are trying to shoot the gaps there on the defensive line. They're giving our line fits because they're picking the direction in which they want to go and just trying to get into those gaps.
That's probably why we had a penalty earlier, a movement there, as we are anticipating them coming in there and trying to be more prepared to keep the defense off of us.
Their defensive line is not as big as our offensive line, but they sure have shown some quickness.
I think
tonight.
that's exactly what it is, Daniel, is that they're just so quick and they can move around and get to the quarterback. Whitson in the shotgun formation, takes the ball and he moves forward there, keeps it, and doesn't get very far, but he gets back to the original line of scrimmage and then over a yard there. But it's going to be 3rd down and long, probably 3rd and 9.
What do you think they'll do here?
Well, I think we'll pass. But
too.
we haven't done a whole lot of that thus far, but we should be fairly successful at that. When you got a guy like Zach Wallace who stands, what, 6'3"?
Something. He's
like
big.
that.
Maybe a quick slant. One of our favorite plays across the middle.
2 wide receivers to the left, and he is going to hand the ball off, and I don't think he's going to be close. No, he's going to be short of the 1st down. Because I think we had to get to the 30. Is that right?
Yeah,
yes,
very
right.
close. It's going to be a couple yards short at least.
Is this 4th down territory, Daniel, you think?
Yeah, I do. I think that Coach will go for it. He's shown that he has confidence in our defense. And after that one mishap in the last drive, we would have stopped him again. So no question about it.
4th down, 4 yards to go for the 1st. And I am just so amazed how quick the defense is reacting to every play. Showing a blitz there, and Whitson going to keep the ball, and he tries to hand off, and they get to White before Carter Whitson gets to White with the handoff.
They did. They shot that gap. Number 35, Daniel Moore, really got in there quickly.
Well, I can see there's going to be some adjustments made at halftime to try to do something to keep the defense out and give them more time, give Whitson more time with the ball. When you can't even hand it off to your star running back because they're back there before you, that is making it difficult to run the kind of offense that you want to run. Ball goes over on downs now. Tulsa Titans, 1st and 10 from their 34-yard line. Pump fakes. Now he's going to throw deep out there and just way over the head of the intended receiver. That was number 30, Lester Brown. Joe Collier out there on the coverage. Not a very accurate passer, fortunately, thus far for the Titans.
And when they pass, they seem to want to go long.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
They want to go over the top.
I've noticed that.
I guess that's because when they hit one, or they feel if they hit one, they want a lot of yardage out of it, Mark.
But they're throwing to 3 of our best defenders in the state back there. The cornerbacks and then Carter Whitson, the free safety. Another fumble on the play, and they've had trouble all night with that particular play as Prince Elliott takes the ball and he's not able to hang on to it.
They need a handle on that. A handle on that football.
No yardage gained thus far. It's going to bring up 3rd down now. Ball at the 34-yard line.
See Prentice Elliott getting rid of the gloves. Didn't feel like he could get a grip on it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. First they don't try gloves and they put them on and then they take them off. And it's just kind of funny how they go back and forth as if it's the gloves that caused him to fumble. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the gloves because he fumbled it again. Put the gloves back on.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
By Justin Bedwell.
It's not the gloves, Elliott. I don't think so. He fumbled with them, now he's fumbled without them.
Wasn't that interesting? Because he did the same stop, look, and go. He just didn't have anywhere to go this time. Justin Bedwell really came up quickly and made that tackle.
Very impressed with our defense. I mean, they containment, I think, is probably the best word to use to describe the way our defense have played thus far. The Titans have been speedy defenders, but we have just contained them very well. Joe Collier is the deep receiver there, deep to take the punt. And he gets a pretty decent punt. It's going to take a Titan roll down to the 30-yard line before it's stopped there and dead. And the ball is blown dead. 4 minutes left, 4 minutes, 7 seconds left to go in our second quarter play.
We want to thank Shawnee Mall. The Shawnee Mall is working hard to bring innovation and big-name retail outlets to our community. as well as supporting Shawnee's grassroots like Shawnee Wolves Football. This shopping season, before you drive all the way to Oklahoma City to shop, stop by the Shawnee Mall and shop the new stores close to home. You'll be pleasantly surprised by the great Shawnee shopping experience the mall now offers, the Shawnee Mall. You'll be glad you came. There's a lot of retailers, great retailers that have been out there a while, but there are a lot of new retailers out there as well. My wife and I walked around not too long ago. We're really impressed with the Shawnee Mall.
Well, I take back what I said earlier in the beginning of this game. I said it was going to be a high-scoring game and an offensive game. It's been just the opposite of what I thought.
I think that we have to be careful of what we say, because sometimes it seems to go the opposite.
Just the opposite of what I thought. I really thought that, and of course we don't know what's going to happen in our second half. It may be, but thus far it has been a defensive game on both sides of the football.
It really has. I think the word that you used rather well is containment. Our defense sure seems to be trying to contain the big play. So far, it's been successful, except for that one touchdown run, but it was only a 14 or 13-yard run, something
short
like
run.
that.
Yeah, it was a short run.
And it was an impressive one, though.
4 minutes left to go as we come out of a timeout.
I think Coach Whitson was pumping up his offense there. He'd like to see a score.
Yeah, I would
They
too.
come right to the ball out of that timeout.
That would give us some needed momentum going into the locker room if we could put some kind of points on the board before halftime. Last week, the Titans were actually, I think, ahead in that game on the fourth quarter by a couple of touchdowns. And
17 points?
Yeah, ended up losing the game. Yeah. All right, little trickery here as we have all kinds of motion going on. And trickery. Carter Whitson under center now. And we're trying something new, just anything to get something going here. And Lamar White runs up the middle for a pretty decent gain there. And there's a flag that goes way late. Another one of those way up in the air kind of flags. And that's probably going to be some kind of a personal foul of some sort, because that came way after the whistle was blown.
Yeah, it looked like Zach Howard and Brian Little were in the thick of things there. I sure hope it goes the other way.
Well, that's maybe one of those both are guilty kind of deals. Yeah, personal foul against the defense, personal foul against the offense. Yeah, that's one of those neutral, nobody wins, nobody loses kind of a calls. And then normally the umpire or the referees come over and tell the coach to tell their players to calm down a little bit. And that's probably what happened on that. So
a little bit of frustration there on the offensive line with those quick linemen from Tulsa.
Second down, 4 yards to go now for the Wolves. 37-yard line is where the ball is spotted in our own territory. Zach Wallace to the bottom of your screen along with Cudjoe out there now. Two backs in the backfield, Lyles and White. Whitson, the quarterback, wants to throw the ball. He does to Cudjoe, and he's got some room if he can make this corner. And he's tackled, dragged down by Prentice Elliott, or he would have been gone as he gets close to the 50-yard line. That was a nice little play there as he tosses the ball out to Cudjoe.
That was close to being a personal foul out of bounds,
yeah, it was,
too.
Exactly. Sure was.
It was good blocking by Zach Howard. He was able to pick up the one corner, but Prentice Elliott came from his safety position, make the tackle.
The ball's not spotted quite as well as I thought it was. I thought he made it down to the 50, and he's actually stopped and thrown out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Don't ever like to see anybody hurt, but that's Prentice Elliott kind of limping off to the sideline.
First and 10 now for the Shawnee Wolves. Carter Whitson, the quarterback, under center. Carter Whitson's going to keep the ball, has a little bit of running room, breaks 2 or 3 tackles. He's still on his feet. He's to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Carter Whitson.
What a run. That was a major league run by Carter Whitson. He had to break 4, 5, 6 tackles on that run, Mark.
53 yards on that run by Carter Whitson. And talk about the long run. That's where we see it right there, not from Prentice Elliott first, but from your man Carter Whitson, who just takes the ball and breaks tackles left and right and makes a great run, and he's out of breath.
That was sheer determination for that young man. He wanted that ball in the end zone. He was not going to stop until he got there.
Not to be denied. And gets a pat from Dad, the head coach, saying, great job, son. Adam Betterton is good with the extra point. And we got a brand new score, folks.
Yeah, that's a great run. That's what we needed before going into the halftime. We did it quick again. We're scoring quickly, Mark.
I like it.
I do
like
too.
it. 14-7 now our score. As we're going to hopefully go into the locker room if our defense can continue on with what they've been able to do thus far and stop them, we'll have a nice little momentum and lead going into the locker room.
It's interesting that was the first play that I noticed that Prentice Elliott wasn't back there at safety. His speed back there may have made the difference when we caught him. Carter really took off.
You can notice he is kind of walking kind of gingerly there. If you notice, he's sort of giving to one leg a little bit. It looks as though he may be somewhat injured there.
As he went out, he was pushing to his side, pointing towards his side, maybe a rib or something like that, and that is a painful thing.
Jacob Wright said he's just tired. He may be.
Yeah.
He's been manhandled tonight. He hasn't been able to do what he did last week.
And he's not a big boy. I mean, he's
not that
under
big.
180 pounds.
He's not that big.
For all the hits that he sustains.
Well, I'm just so impressed.
But we don't want to set him up. He's sitting back there with the kickoff return.
That's what I'm wondering, if he's going to come alive in the second half.
Oh, man. Keep the ball away from him.
Felix Banjo on to kick off. And the ball is caught at the 10-yard line and brought back. Good yardage as he makes the return back to the 40, close to the 45-yard line. That's Ryan Rowland on the return there.
As we throw up the Robert Gunderson scoreboard, Shawnee Wolves 14, Tulsa McLean TSST 7. Thank you, Robert Gunderson, for all your support of Shawnee Wolves football. He is the Shawnee Wolves physician. He spends a lot of time with the team. He helps out the team. The coach really appreciates all that Dr. Robert Gunderson of Oklahoma Orthopedics and Sports Medicine does for the Shawnee Wolves football program.
35 yards on that return by Ryan Rowland. Ball now at the 44-yard line as the Titans will take over there, and they're going to try to score before halftime. 3 minutes left to go. As Elliott gets the handoff the right side. Now he's just breaking tackles left and right. Joe Collier's the only one that can catch him. And now, except for Corey McAvoy, who does a great job of slowing him down. I didn't see Corey as he came over there and saved a touchdown.
He really did.
Absolutely saved a touchdown.
Now that shows some speed. That shows some evidence of speed for Corey McAvoy. He's got some of the fastest legs in the state, though.
That's a 50-yard run there. Now we're seeing what he can do in the open field. Yeah, Prentice Elliott just makes a nice run, and now they're set up to right down 1st and goal now. The ball is actually at the 7-yard line.
The end of the halves on this field have not been good to us. We need to step it up.
This is where Elliott can really, really hurt us. Off the quarterback, hands it to Elliott. He's hit once, but he's stopped before he gets in. Gets close. The angle that we have here is so bad. And
he sidestepped Will Thompson in the backfield, and then he looked like he pushed up for a couple of yards.
Looks like the ball is going to be near the 3-yard line, so it's probably about a 4-yard gain there. This is where you stack up the goal line defense, and try to keep him from running up the middle. He's going to keep the ball, the quarterback, and tries to make the corner, and he does get in for the touchdown. And that is number 22, Kendall Goff. So you saw a big 50-yard run by Prentice Elliott to set that play up. And in less than 1 minute, they're able to take the length of the field with a great run back and get into the end zone.
Play action again to quarterback keeper off to the side. The Wolves have to keep an eye on Prentice Elliott, and that slowed him down to the corner. And the quarterback really gave a great effort to jump over the top and get into that end zone.
Well, most of our scoring has been at the first of the half and at the last end of this half.
You're right. We want to thank Sonic again The Winneringer owned Sonics right here in Shawnee have been a great supporter of Shawnee Wolves football in this television broadcast. They do a lot for the community. John tries to help out any way he can. I saw today he was sponsoring the cheerleaders down there, helping out the United Way. They really do a lot for this community. Sonic, great hamburgers, french fries, great fountain drinks, you name it. Sonic has it. We want to thank you, Sonic, for all your support to make this television broadcast possible.
14-13 our score, and now Tulsa Titans look like they're going to go for 2 on this rather than kick the extra point to try to take the lead here. And
well, the other one was pretty close when they tried to kick it.
We need to stop them here. We'll maintain the lead if we do it. Now, you know what? I think he's just trying to draw them off sides there. I don't know what happened there. Or maybe he was just going to see what the defense was going to give him and then come back to his coach and talk it over again, because I don't know if he ever intended to run a play there other than just to see what the defensive scheme was going to look like. That's what it appeared anyway. Just a little under 2 minutes left to go, and we've seen all kinds of scoring here now at the end of the first half of play.
Maybe they just wanted to not hold any timeouts in their pocket, Mark, using their last time out.
That was their last time out, yes. Band setting up over there, getting ready to do the halftime show. We'll have the Pride of the Pack for you at halftime coming up. You want to stick around and watch those guys as they put in a lot of extra time as well. They start their season in early August and work real hard to perform for the folks at halftime and go to contests and that kind of thing. So they put a lot of effort and time into what they do. So you'll want to stick around and watch the Pride of the Pack at halftime. Set up again now for the two-point conversion. It seems like forever since they've scored their touchdown, and we haven't run it yet. Now ball's pitched out to Prentice Elliott. He's going to try to get around the corner, and he's stopped. What a great stop there, and that is a huge play. And that is
Carter Whitson. He was determined. He's a determined football player.
You know, that's only 1 point, but that is a huge 1 point.
That really is.
And that could be the difference maker in this ball game. And if it is, we'll come back to that play later as we talk about how Carter Whitson was able to keep the fast and talented Prentice Elliott out of the end zone for the two-point conversion.
Carter really saw the gap and shot the gap. And he didn't mess around with setting up or trying to slow down Elliott. He just went right for the legs. He got him and put him down. Great play.
Really was. Still 1 minute. There's no time runs off the clock there. Couple of minutes left to go.
It's a beautiful night. We haven't even talked about that. Have we been blessed or what with our home games and these broadcasts? Such a wonderful night. The moon sitting just right over the stadium. Just beautiful.
Earlier tonight there was no wind at all. Now the wind's picked up a little bit out of the east. But earlier there was no wind whatsoever. That feels good in here all of a sudden.
It sure does. Wonderful night, Shawnee Wolves football.
It really is. All right, we still have time to score, believe it or not. There's lots of time left. And I was already taking us to the locker room, but man, there's still lots left to happen here.
There really is.
Joe Collier, Lamar White standing at their 15-yard line. And looks like Collier's going to pick it up again. He made a great return earlier, and then goes right up the middle with another great run back. Does Joe Collier, number 8, gets back to the 35-yard line.
As we see the Robert Gunderson scoreboard showing Shawnee Wolves still on top. Thanks to a nice stop by Carter Whitson. Shawnee Wolves 14, the visitors from Tulsa 13. We want to thank you, Oklahoma Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Dr. Robert Gunderson, for your support of Shawnee Wolves football.
20-yard kickoff return by Joe Collier. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Still plenty of time to put some points on the board. Zach Wallace, the bottom of your screen. Cudjoe out to the top there. Whitson under center, hands the ball off.
It's like Cody Lyles.
Cody Lyles gets not very far at all as he tries around the left guard there and gets nowhere. Back to the line of scrimmage is all. Clock moving now. And now a timeout by
the official. It was an official timeout.
Okay.
Number 56 is hobbling off the field, Tony Thompson. He's shown a lot of spunk tonight, a lot of tackles for a loss. We sure hope he's okay.
Number 56, Tony Thompson, taking up.
But maybe we ought to run right at his replacement. What do you think, Mark?
Well, it wouldn't hurt. Or air the ball out, maybe. I don't know. We need to get the ball down. Now the clocks should be moving again. They hadn't started yet. Now they do. Minute 35 left to go. One wide receiver to the right hands the ball off, and Lamar White finds some running room. And
caught from behind by William McGuire. It was a slow developing play. It did get positive yardage. Lamar popped it to the outside.
Excuse me, Wolves need to show a little bit of clock management here as we've got a little over a minute left to go. Third down, 4 yards to go. We need to get this first down and then watch the clock because we'll still have some time left if we can get this first down as they'll stop the clock. Zach Wallace to the bottom of your screen. Now he just hands the ball off to White, and he doesn't get very far, maybe a yard or two, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
And now we call a timeout. Huh.
Okay.
With 49 seconds left, just under 50. Call a timeout for this fourth down play. I guess coaches.
You going to go for it here?
I guess he's decided that he is going to go for it.
Because if you're not going to go for it, obviously you would just let the clock run out, would you not?
You would. You wouldn't want to stop it for the other team who has no timeouts. So we'll see what the coaching staff has in mind here.
How many timeouts do we have left? Do we know? Two?
I believe we have
two
two
left.
Yeah. That was the first one for us. So,
okay. Well, there's plenty of time really to at least to get us into field goal range. Adam Betterton he's a great field goal kicker. We need to get down there a little bit, obviously, and gain about 30 yards here. But
I think Coach was determined when we got the ball that he wanted to score. And he didn't use the timeouts because he felt like we were going to get some first downs.
Yeah.
When we came to the fourth down, he knew that it was a big play. He already had his mind made up. We were going for a score. So he pulled the troops over, pumped them up, and let's see what they come out of the huddle with.
Well, you got Jason Bourbonnais back now to punt the ball, which now makes you wonder what in the world is going on. And Carter Whitson comes over to the sideline, and Joe Collier comes in now. A little bit of confusion there. And Collier is going to snap the ball, possibly to Bourbonnais, but you don't know that for sure. Could go to Whitson. That's happened before.
McLean is waiting for a fake.
Okay, there is the kick by Bourbonnais now, and he does kick it over the head. Great kick. And Prentice catches the ball. And I don't know what he meant to do there, but he just ran out of bounds.
I'll tell you what he meant to do. He meant to get the ball and try to run it back the length of the field. That's what he meant to do.
45-yard punt. That's a great punt because what it does is it's a great long punt, but it doesn't allow Prentice to return the ball because it's right over to the sideline, and so that there's no return whatsoever. And they have the ball back deep. In their own territory around the 13-yard line with 42 seconds left to go.
Let's see about our defense now. Step up there and get a quick turnover.
Well, they've already shown that they have a propensity to fumble the football, and so hopefully they can do that again and maybe we can get it back. Another handoff there to the first man, and the quarterback is out doing some blocking. And he's just running around all over the place there and not quite brought down yet. Still on his feet. Now he's down, finally. That's Roland, the ball carrier.
Clock continues to run. He did not make a first down. They have no timeouts, Mark.
Now they got the hurry-up offense going, and you see them trying to run that, get back to the line of scrimmage and snap the ball, and he throws the ball into the ground to stop the clock, does Kendall Goff.
Flag comes out because their end was not set. So it'll be an illegal motion penalty, more than likely.
Yeah, they weren't on the line at all, and hardly any time at all before the ball was snapped, and he He grounded it.
And I think Coach Whitson would just as well them just wind the clock out.
Yeah, we've got the lead. I mean, you know, the disappointing thing is that they were able to go down and score right before halftime, but the positive thing that you've got to take into the locker room is the fact that they were not able to get that extra point because Carter Whitson made such a great stop.
Yes.
So you still got the lead, even though it's a one-pointer. It's a lead's a lead. Is a lead.
They showed illegal procedure was the call. Back them up 5 yards. Let's see if they let's see if they start the clock here when they put the ball down.
It's starting to be a long first half. Chris Brannon's doing his best to get off the field, and he does before they start play again. Second down. Now the clock's going. 10, 9, 8. Quarterback has no idea that this is the last play. Brent's going to throw a halfback pass. He's just going to heave the ball as far as he can throw it, and the ball is just going to fall to the ground. And I don't see any flags down, or is there? Is there? There must be something going on because now the referee. He looked like he's talking to Coach Whitson down there
about when.
And he looked like he's signaling a grounding. I don't have any idea what that was all about.
Coach Whitson was saying from the last play that the clock should have started more quickly because of the offensive penalty.
Exactly, and now
he's saying
so
time would be out.
There really shouldn't be any time at all, but we've got 1.8 seconds.
Yeah, 1.8. You got it. But I'll tell you what. Did you see Prentice Elliott just put that ball in the air 60 yards?
I did see that.
Not bad for a halfback.
It wasn't a very accurate, and it probably could have been just as easily intercepted. I think they just were kind of hoping for all hopes that somebody would be down there to make that reception, and we'll probably see a similar play here. Now, that's unfortunate because really the clock should have run out.
This play they may try to score, though, so Prentice will run it.
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly, you call that correctly, and he does. And I hope you're not a prophet because he's still on his feet, doing all he can to get around. He's still there. He's going to try the right side. That didn't work. Left side, now he tries the right. Still on his feet to the 40. He's looking for holes. He's to the 50. Still breaking tackles. This guy is amazing. And he still just breaks tackles left and right. But they're able to bring him down. That was kind of a fun run. But finally, the clock ran out 20 minutes ago, and he was still
going, wasn't he?
It's amazing. And that brings to a close our exciting first half of play, folks, as we've seen a wonderful defensive struggle by both teams here, but we've seen some offense as well. 14-13, our score. We want to thank Robert Gunderson for our scoreboard tonight. And as we go into the locker room with a 1-point lead, thanks to Carter Whitson making a great stop on the extra point attempt by Tulsa SST Titans.
Ladies and gentlemen, your shot. Please welcome to the field the Shawnee High School Marching Band, the pride of the pack.
Here we go. Looking forward to a great band performance provided to you tonight by Dennis Morris, a State Farm agent. More than just insurance, a commitment to you and your family. Thank you, Dennis Morris, for your support of Shawnee Wolves football and tonight's presentation of the Shawnee High School Band. Dennis is a friend, and I appreciate all that he does to make this possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the band's getting set, I realize that I left a few names off the soloist list. Once again, featured soloists this evening are Ethan Pounds, Brent Luke, Zach Paul, Kira Springer, Amber Smith, and Nicole Davis. Now, once again, please welcome to the field the Shawnee High School Marching Band, the pride of the pack.
upon the journey of our life, I found myself within a forest dark, for the straightforward pathway had been lost. All hope abandoned, ye who enter here. first with the white and after with the yellow, plied you the door so that I was content. Enter, but I give you warning that forth returns whoever looks behind. From the most holy water I return, regenerated in the manner of new trees, that are renewed with the new foliage, pure and disposed to mount unto the stars. And suddenly, it seemed that day to day was added, as if he who has the power had with another son the heavens adorned. Truly, whatever the holy realm might have the power to treasure in my mind shall now become the subject of my song.
Recently, the band competed in the Tulsa Oklahoma band, where they earned 7th place out of 26 bands competing. The band earned a spot as an elite top 12 finalist for the 5th consecutive year. Tomorrow, the band travels to Putnam City High School for another competition. Preliminary performance time is 10 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in wishing the best of luck to the Shawnee High School Marching Band, the pride of the pack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our winner for our field goal kicking contest. The winner is Jerry Ray. Jerry has a chance to win $100 by successfully kicking a field goal from the 20-yard line. Congratulations to Jerry.
Thank you, Dennis Morris, for that halftime show from the Pride of the Pack. That band has been pulling in some accolades statewide this year, as they have for the past few years. What a wonderful, wonderful halftime presentation they give. Thank you, Dennis Morris, for supporting Shawnee Wolves football and the marching band of the Shawnee High School. Dennis Morris is my insurance agent, and he's generously contributed to this broadcast, helping make Shawnee football on TV a reality. I know from experience Dennis is committed not only to my insurance needs, but to my family's all-around well-being, and I thank Dennis for that. Dennis is an insurance agent you can trust for any insurance need. Dennis Morris, the State Farm agent for you. Thanks again, Dennis. Thanks, Gwen, for helping to support this broadcast. And we're back, Mark. We're back for some second half football. It looks like you have some first half stats. Why don't you fill us in a little bit?
Had a great first half of football here at Jim Thorpe Stadium. We've seen some lightning here, as in the way of action offensively for the Wolves and defensively as well. I'm telling you, I'm impressed so far with the way we've handled the highly touted number one, Prentice Elliott. Here are some stats from the first half. Shawnee with 3 first downs, the Titans with 8, 96 yards passing for the Wolves and 12 for Tulsa, 106 yards rushing to 173, and total yardage for Shawnee 202 to 185 for the Titans. 0 of 3 on third down conversions for the Wolves and 2 of 5 for the Titans. Averaged 40 yards a punt for Shawnee and 35 yards of punting average for the Titans. Penalties were 3 for the Wolves for 25 yards and 1 for 5. Turnovers, none for the Wolves, but they fumbled the ball, has Tulsa Titans 4 times and lost one of those fumbles. And the interesting thing about that, Daniel, is Prentice Elliott has fumbled most of those, and he came out without gloves and he fumbled the ball, so he went and put his gloves on. He fumbled it again. The very next play, he goes out and takes his gloves off. In the next play, he fumbles it again. And so my comment was, it's not the gloves. But fortunately, for them, they've only lost one of those. Carter Whitson this is an interesting stat, he's 2 for 2 for 96 yards passing. Rushing, White for 24 yards, Cudjoe for 10, Wallace 43 yards on his reception, and Elliott has indeed run for 151 yards. But we saw one of those where he ran at the very end of the play, where he ran for 30-something yards, 35 yards, and on a stop before he could do anything with it. But that was an interesting run. But he's averaging 7 yards per carry. But thus far tonight, I think if you had to put your finger on one particular play of the game, I go back to Carter Whitson's stop of the extra point attempt by Tulsa as they attempted to go for 2 there, and Carter Whitson stopped him there, and that's why we have our score at 14-13 rather than 14-14. So we take the lead coming into the second half of play, and we need to, I guess if there's anything that I can say, we probably need to do more in the second half would be what? Throw the ball, you think?
I think we should. I think that the coaching staff may be trying to wear this Tulsa defense out a little bit by grinding in the first half, and we did come out on top in that first half, but I'd really like to see what would happen if we aired it out a little bit. It looks like we've been successful in that, and in the 2 times that we've tried it so far tonight, we have a talented receiving core, and certainly Carter can get them the ball, so I'd like to see it get into the air a little bit, Mark.
If you told me that we would be able to score 14 points in the first half and only throw the ball 2 times all first half long, I would say I don't think that can happen, but it has because of the great running of White and Whitson and Walter Boyd back there. We've seen him in the back.
Cody Lyles. Got
Cody
him a touchdown.
Lyles as well. Yes, exactly. Don't want to leave him out. He did a great job. Prentice Elliott's going to take the ball at his goal line, and he'll touch it back as he goes into the end zone. And we see Felix Banjo now, again, kicking the ball off like he's capable of doing and putting it into the end zone, which really is a game saver there because it really helps us out as far as not allowing Prentice Elliott to run the ball back.
It neutralizes that kick returner. It sure does. Takes another facet out of the offensive game of our opposition, and that's the first one that he's had touchback tonight, where before this I think he's only had one the whole year returned on this field.
Okay, so here we go with second half action now. 14-13 our score. Wolves on top. Quarterback Kendall Goff under the center there. Hands it off to the first man through. That's number 6, Ryan Rowland. And he's tackled after a gain of 2 yards, 3.
Somebody we didn't mention in the first half, but it sure is good to see him pile on the top of that pile is Chicago Heron, back this week from injury. That Shawnee line stuffed the middle that time.
Yeah, it's good to see Chicago back in there, and I know he's excited about being able to play again, healthy, and taking care of that right side over there. Chicago. Second down now, and Prentice Elliott gets the ball, is looking for a place to go, and he finds it. And over the left side is where he makes his route this time and gets across the 33-yard line to a first down before he's stopped.
Joe Collier at the bottom of that pile. He had some help, but it really looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain, and he cuts upfield, and he picked up, 8 or 9?
I know. I understand exactly what Coach Whitson was saying in the paper when he talked about his vision and the way he scans the field. It's just remarkable to me how a player can almost come to a halt and look over where he's going to run and pick out his path, and picks the path of least resistance and is able to gain yardage every time he does that. There he goes again, and this time nothing doing because the big number 73, Chris Brannon, grabs a hold of his shoestrings there.
Chicago Heron in there to clean up. Again, it's good to see us getting that quick hit on him and holding on.
That's what you have to do, because what happens if you don't do that?
Yeah.
And he gets into the secondary, boy, he's going to be very hard to stop.
That's right. And it's good that we have the pursuit that we have, because that first guy's not going to bring him down.
No, as you saw right there, you got a big guy like Brandon that really knocked him down, but he was still able to gain a couple of yards on the play. Second down, 8 now. And the quarterback is going to keep the ball, does Goff, and Carter Whitson comes up from the safety position. He knocked the ball out of his hand.
He did. The ball rolled out of bounds, Mark.
So actually they're going to lose yardage on that play, fortunately.
Number 22, Kendall Goff, the ball carrier.
It's amazing how fast Carter Whitson could come from that safety position back there,
yes,
and get in that backfield as quickly as he does.
You almost got to wonder if that's a blitz, or he's keying on something. A lot of times they can pick it up if it's going to be a run or a pass by how the blocking scheme initiates off of the ball.
Big play now. It's third down and 8. And a supposed passing situation, a fake there. Now he hands the ball off to the inside move there, kind of a counter play. Number 11, Damon Dwight.
Jared Jackson and Chicago Heron right there. They didn't go for the fake. They stayed home.
Sure didn't. And now supposed punting situation now. I think that's the quarterback, Kendall Goff, and yes, it is. Kendall Goff back to punt the ball in punting formation.
Yeah.
Joe Collier.
And who's right behind the line?
Yeah, high punt, but he gets it off. He's under heavy pressure there. Joe Collier takes the ball and immediately is hit as he catches the ball at his 30-yard line. Damon Dwight gets down on the coverage there, and boy, I tell you, he was right on top of Collier.
It was good that he hung on to that ball.
Yeah.
We are here in the nitty-gritty of District 3 with the Pottawatomie County Commissioner, Abby Thompson. So, Abby, I want to know, because this facility is, like we said, way different than the downtown Broadway facility, but how often are you working here versus downtown Shawnee?
So obviously on Tuesdays I try to be at the admin building because we have our commissioner meetings, but usually every other day of the week I do my best to be down here. I love it down here. Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of let your hair down, get dirty, play in the dirt. Yeah.
Yes.
I really do love it down here.
Yes, and being down here and seeing the guys working, answering calls, being everywhere, and yes, they do get a break every once in a while. Don't worry, you guys. Sometimes. But it just made me realize they really are the ones that have to answer these calls and work in winter, rain, summer, shine. You get it.
And I think people forget, some of them take trucks home. If we get calls in the middle of the night, we never stop working. They get called out, they have to go do it. So they work very, very hard. Absolutely.
See, I don't think I realized that they have to work on call and all of that stuff as well.
Yes.
And so it just makes me appreciate, one, I don't come out to mod half as much as I should.
Well, you should.
Yes. Which is where District 3 barn is located, is in Maud, Oklahoma. And it allows me to realize that there's a lot going on all around Pottawatomie County. And there are advancements going on around Pottawatomie County. So thank you so much, Abby Thompson, for your heart for your county.
We are so blessed. I love our county. We have such great people. I love my crew. I couldn't ask for a better one. And I just want to remind you, girls aren't afraid to get dirty, right?
Yes.
Rhinestones and dirt.
Woo! Yes, I love that. Well, congratulations, Abby Thompson. You're making history while you're a District 3 commissioner, and we are so grateful for how you run the show over here. So
thank you.
Thank you, Abby. Love you. Bye.
Our beef is exclusively available at the Monk's Marketplace. Taste the difference that care and quality make, and visit our serene landscape to pick up your perfect cut.
On Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support locals. Stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
For 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Gordon Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
A lot of people don't know we started Eric's Pharmacy in 1995. So we've been going strong for over 29 years. We had a chance to spruce things up, put in new flooring, new shelving, and it really, really came together beautifully. We invite everyone to come by and take a look.
Castor Key Auto Mart, online or in person. Castor Key Auto Mart. They're good people to deal with.
Carter Whitson goes under center now. Lamar wide in the backfield. Pitches it out to Lamar. Finds some room on the left side. Gets to the 30-yard line. Makes a corner turn. And then he's pulled down there. That's
big number 80, Jeremy Hooks. 190-pound senior from Tulsa.
Pretty nice 2 or 3 yard gain.
It was. Again, that's taken a little bit of time to develop, and I think that has to do with the speed of Tulsa. They're really stringing it out nicely, and he's got to pick his hole. And if they don't make that initial burst through the line, they can catch up real quick. Their pursuit is fast.
Quick pursuit is definitely the name of the game for their defense. Cudjoe way out to the far right side. And Wallace to the left at the bottom of your screen. Now, number Prentice Elliott gets a little antsy there and just jumps quite. He's quick, but he's not that quick.
Yeah, I'm glad that we hiked the ball.
Yeah, he might have just taken the ball before it got to Carter Whitson and ran to the end zone there. He anticipated that
the count.
The count, yeah.
He wanted to get back there and make an impact.
So that gives us an extra 5 yards to make this first down. Now it's second down in short yardage, and that's good now because now we can do whatever we want to do here. Either throw or pass. Whitson, shotgun formation. White goes in motion. Oh, and that time that's going to be against us there. We saw a little bit of movement. Yep. So we give the 5 yards right back.
Big number 74, Brian Little there, jumped, but I have to say it looked like his call was to catch that end, the outside, and that's where Prentice Elliott was coming from, and I think he saw him. So he knew he had to get back there quickly.
It's kind of like you said earlier, it's a little frustrating for the offensive line there when they're doing their best, and they're doing a great job. It's just that they're having to move so quickly to get in position to make their blocks, and that's got to be a little frustrating to them, because they're still getting to Carter Whitson. At least they were earlier now. Second down and 7, back where we were earlier. Whitson wants to throw the ball, and that ball is batted down. He had Wallace out there who appeared to be open just for a moment. And but the ball is swatted down before it's ever, as soon as it leaves Whitson's hand. Third down and 7 now.
You think that was a pump fake? Or do you think that he actually was going to throw it and just decided he was going to pull it back? He saw something he didn't like.
Well, I don't know, because that would have been a fumble, would it not? I mean, I thought I saw the ball.
Yeah, the ball, his arm did come forward.
Yeah.
So it was a pass.
Yeah. 3 wide receivers now. Actually 4, as Walter Boyd lands up on the left side as the tight end now. And Whitson wants to throw the ball. He's got a little bit of time now to throw it finally, and he does make the completion. And not far enough for the first down, as Wallace is not able to get to the down marker there for the first down, as he's hit immediately as soon as he catches the ball. But he does make a completion. Fourth down now and 2. And
you never know what this coaching staff
is
going to do.
Well, I tell you what, just when you think they're going to punt it, they don't. But
when you think they're not, they do.
Yeah, and that's what you want.
That's right.
That's what you want
to do.
Keep them
hopping.
Yeah, keep them guessing. Prentice Elliott's not deep at all to take the punt from Bourbonnais. If he can hurry up and get this punt off, he could kick it over his head. If he's standing at his 37-yard line. Now he backs up a little bit. See what I mean? He just kicked the ball right over his head. And Elliott goes over and takes a cheap shot after the ball has gone out of bounds. And I don't think he ever knew the ball had gone out of bounds, but he does take a shot on Joe Collier, and that's going to be a penalty.
Yes, it is.
Against the Titans.
Lines judge was right on that. It looked like Prentice was eyeing old Joe to set him up for that hit.
Yeah, that's kind of
Joe's a tough guy, though.
Well,
he gets right back up, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, Joe Collier saw that the ball had gone out of bounds, and he's kind of letting up already, and that's going to be a 15-yarder.
That's good for Shawnee. That'll back them up close to their own 15-yard line. If we can hold them, maybe get some good field position out of this.
Joe Collier will take a hit like that for 15 yards.
Yeah, it doesn't even phase Joe.
Phase him. All right,
He's a good player.
That's going to set them up here for 1st and 10. After they set this up, it looks like they're going to probably be on the 15-yard line, because the ball spotted at the 30 now is where it actually went out of bounds. So sure enough, it'll be back to the 15. So with the personal foul against Prentice Elliott for hitting Collier, 7 minutes, 13 seconds left to go, third quarter, 14-13 our score. And we're back to action now. Quarterback matches the ball back, to number 11, Dwight. And another flag. Boy, we've just seen a multitude of penalties all of a sudden.
Chicago Heron, Chris Brannon, and it looks like David Holmes. All 3 in on that tackle. Hopefully it's against the Tulsa team. Yep, illegal block, it looked like. A cut block. We'll take those, keep moving them back.
Hey, they keep cut blocking and personal fouling and whatever.
That's right.
As long as it's going that way,
that's
correct. Okay by us.
And as long as everybody keeps one eye on Prentice Elliott.
Exactly. Now the ball's back to the 9-yard line.
With this much field in front of him, this is how he pads his numbers.
Exactly. That when we saw that at the end of the first half, as he ran for 40 yards and was able to run to the left side and then run all the way over to the right side where there's nobody out there. And actually, he probably ran for like 100 yards, but he only got credit for 40-something.
Yep.
First down now. Still first down. 15 yards for the first as they get a penalty for the block. Illegal block. Again, he fumbles the ball. And that's the 5th time. And
Chris Brandon there to make sure he's down.
Can't hang on to the ball. And he's looking at his hands. Now he's going back to the quarterback and with his hands spread out saying, I don't know what's going on. But every time he does that, he can't run with it.
Those exchanges have not been good with this Tulsa team.
You'd think they would have that corrected by now. I mean, he's only carried the ball, some 90-something times before tonight. And
I like to believe that that's our fierce defensive pressure.
Absolutely.
Mark.
He's scared he's going to get hit. Now it's 2nd down and long, and he wants to throw the ball. He's in trouble there. Torrance Healy's got him in his sights, and now he's going to be close to a safety. He's right on the goal line.
Yes, he is.
As you see Torrance Healy and Chicago Heron.
Yep.
I'm telling
Jared Jackson
Jared Jackson is number
bit.
21 as well.
But you know what, Mark? That, again, was an exchange problem. It looked like he was trying to hand it off to his fullback, and he just quite couldn't get it to him, and he ended up with the football and didn't have anywhere to go.
Nowhere to go. Good coverage all the way around, and our defense finally just caught up with him.
This is where we really need to stay focused and stay sharp. We cannot get back on our heels thinking we're going to give up anything on this play.
Absolutely not. 3rd down and 23. They definitely have their backs up against the wall due the Tulsa SST Titans now, as the whole backfield is going to be in the end zone. Great time for a safety here. If our defense can stop them here and get a sack. Now another timeout. Is this another penalty?
No flags. It looks like the official stopped the play clock. It was winding down to 3, and it looked like the back judge, the umpire, stepped right in, stopped the clock.
Okay.
And now it's going to reset to 25 for him.
I don't know what that's about. Okay, now we're ready. 3rd down, 23. Pitches back to Prentice Elliott, and he's going to be almost stopped in the backfield, and he finds a way to get out of that. And that is truly an amazing athleticism on his part, because he really should have been tackled probably in the end zone, but indeed he's able to get out to close to the 15-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds.
Gives him at least a little bit of room for a punt.
Excuse me, got a player down. That
number 6, Ryan Rowland, is who that looks like.
He's back up on his feet.
He just may be exhausted. A lot of these Tulsa players go both ways. And I know we've talked about it earlier, but this Shawnee Wolves coaching staff really felt like we could wear down this Tulsa team. Hopefully it's going to pay off in this second half.
Goff to punt now. Joe Collier back standing at the midfield. Collier wants to take the ball back, and he does. Got a little bit of running room there. Comes up the middle. He's at the 35 to the 30-yard line. Across the 25 and is brought down near the 20-yard line. Joe Collier
That's
on
why
a 30-yard return.
That's why you don't take a cheap shot on Mr. Joe Collier. He'll come back and he'll bite you.
He'll make you pay. Great return. Sets us up in tremendous field position now as they're going to spot the ball on the 21-yard line.
And I wonder who that is down for the Tulsa team.
He's in writhing pain, whoever that is.
Yes, he is. Not sure who he is. Looks like number 2, number 3.
He's up now.
It's number 2, Dale Jones.
Looks like he's going to be okay.
150-pound junior defensive back. 150 pounds out there.
We've seen Joe Collier make some great returns tonight. We saw an earlier return in the first half.
The kickoff, right?
Yes. 4 minutes, 49 seconds left to go. We got an official timeout here, or some kind of a timeout. And with our score 14-13, Shawnee now in great field position. Ball's going to be at the 22-yard line, and we're going to have 1st and 10 at that point. Great time now to get in and score here and take advantage of a great return by number 8, Joe Collier.
And let's tell you about Lloyd Trianary, because it takes a special person to reach outside his home area and to help another one get a special TV broadcast. Lloyd Trianary and his staff in the Oklahoma City accounting firm of Trianary and Associates are special people. Lloyd helps his Shawnee clientele with expert advice and accounting practices, as well as generously supporting this broadcast. Lloyd loves Oklahoma football, and his office is a showcase of awards and personal notes from some of Oklahoma's greatest players and coaches. Thanks, Lloyd Trianary and Associates, for sponsoring the 2003 edition of Shawnee Wolves football. Tell you, Mark, Lloyd really helps me.
1st and 10 now for the Wolves. Ball spotted at the 22. Handoff up the middle and gets him maybe 1 or 2 yards is Lamar White, the ball carrier that time.
I'll tell you, whatever he picked up there, he earned. He carried that guy on his back for those 2 yards.
Mark McLean checks in now as Lamar White takes a quick breather. 2nd down at 8.
We haven't seen as much of Mark as I had thought we would. Listed as a starter for tonight's game.
2 yards gain on the play, brings up the 2nd.
Wallace and Cudjoe out to the right. Mark McLean, the single back now. And here comes that defense as they show a blitz. And indeed they try those stunts and whatever else they do to fill in those gaps. And so Whitson just wisely keeps the ball, because had he gone back to pass, they'd have been on top of him more than likely. Still looking for a way to give him some time to throw the ball. 3rd down, 7 for the Wolves.
They want at least 3 points out of this. We've got the kicker to do it.
Yeah, Batterton is probably within his range at this point. Would be probably about a 35-yard kick, punt, field goal. I'll get it right.
We'll get it.
He can do them all. Whitson's going to throw the ball. There's that slant pattern. Oh, and Jack Wallace grabs that thing right out of the air and gets down to a 1st down. Zach Wallace, love that play. We hadn't seen hardly any of it tonight, but it's probably one of our premier plays. We just haven't seen it, Daniel.
You know you're going to see it. You just don't know when. And they seem to pull it out of the hat on critical 3rd down plays, and that gives us, what, a 1st and goal to go, Mark?
We actually do have 1st and goal. Can't get a 1st down, but we can get a touchdown. Ball's going to be at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, Shawnee Wolves. Zach Wallace to the left side, Cudjoe to the right. 2 in the backfield, and Mark McLean is the 2nd back, and he gets the ball and gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Gets stuffed right there at the line of scrimmage, doesn't he? Zach Howard checking in.
Saw him get up kind of slow a while ago. Took a quick breather there.
We had Jake Montgomery filling in for him while he was recovering.
Here
Lamar
comes
White
it
checking back in.
with the play, probably, more than likely.
What do you think? From this distance, you think we should try to pass or have Carter run it? What do you think?
I'd like to see Carter Whitson show his athletic skill and prowess as he's able to get outside here. If he can just roll around and get some room to run the ball. If got some man, has a man out there. Touchdown, Zach Wallace. Shawnee Wolves.
What a play, what a pass. And we got a little bit of both. He got to show his athleticism with the rollout, and he threw it on a rope to his favorite receiver.
Haven't been able to get him any time to throw the ball, and so Coach Whitson says, well, I'll just roll him out a little bit and give him a little bit of extra time. And if it's there, throw it. If it's not, he can run it. But Zach Wallace has been the premier receiver all year long and took it in for the touchdown. Now Betterton in for the coming in for the point after try. Ball's down, kick is up. It splits the uprights. We got a new score.
And it's going to be a good one, but we're going to show it with the scoreboard, aren't we, brother? But I'll tell you what, he shows his athleticism over and over, talking of Carter Whitson.
Yeah.
It is hard for a right-handed quarterback to take that snap and roll to his left and still deliver it like he did.
It was right on the money, too. I mean, that pass was just right where it needed to be. And actually, he could have thrown the ball high, and Wallace could have jumped up for it, but the ball was right in there.
It really was. It's a well-timed play. Obviously, you can tell that the quarterback-receiver relationship there has been practiced over and over and over and over. Well-designed play, and it gave us 6 points, which is big right now as the third quarter is winding down.
Year-to-date, Zach Wallace has caught 5 touchdowns. That makes 6 now for him for the year. And just such a primary receiver, such a great
He's had a
threat.
wonderful career as a Shawnee Wolf.
Really has.
Set in. He's one of those guys that you watch and you go, is he still there?
Yeah, that guy.
He's been there forever. Kind of like a cat, has 9 lives. Seems like he's played for 9 seasons. But that's just because he shows up to play on Friday nights.
As do many of these guys, and we're about to set the kickoff now. 2 minutes left to go. And
we hope Felix Banjo gets off there, gets this kickoff, and gets it into the end zone for us.
21-13 our score now. He kicks the ball off. And the ball is going to be caught around the 17-yard line as he takes it out to a little over the 20.
We throw up that scoreboard, the Dr. Robert Gunderson scoreboard. Graciously contributed to help us out to make this broadcast possible for you, Shawnee. When you see Dr. Robert Gunderson or Karen or even Philip, his son, let them know that you appreciate their participation with the Shawnee Wolves television broadcast. Shawnee Wolves 21, Tulsa McLean, TSST 13. And now, Mark, I know that every time I say McLean, I'm wrong, but that's a lot easier to say.
That's why I've been calling the Titans all night long. Well, we've done great thus far in the third quarter defensively as we've been able to keep them in their own end of the field. Let's see if we can continue this. And you see Prentice Elliott breaking more tackles, but he doesn't break that tackle from good number 7, Carter Whitson, as he comes up and makes the same kind of play that he made down here in the end zone.
You're
earlier.
exactly right. He stepped up there. He's getting a hold of that ankle, that shoestring, and not letting go. He's bringing him down. Because we know that Prentice is shifty. He made 3 or 4 guys miss there.
Minute 25 and counting in the third quarter. Left to go in the third quarter. And Coach is really excited on the sideline down here.
He is.
He's liking what he's seeing thus far. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Handoff now to Dyer. And he almost fumbles the ball as Bedwell gets in there and makes the tackle.
Bedwell along with Richard Sims.
Brought down on the play from the Wolves by number 44, Jonathan Bedwell, along with number 50, Richard Sims.
3rd down, long yardage now. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Titans. Defense needs to make a big stand here. 3rd and long yardage. 2 backs in the backfield, Dyer and Elliott. Fakes the ball to Elliott, wants to throw the ball back over there and overthrows his receiver, Dwyer.
Still unsuccessful in their passing game are the Titans.
He is just, and I'm not being critical, but he is just hasn't been very accurate tonight at all because he's 0 for 3.
I think that's
3rd down conversions.
We'll check with our statistician, your son Jacob, won't we? He knows. He really keeps us straight up here. We appreciate Jacob and his help. We're really missing old Steve Palmer down there on the sidelines
Yeah, I
tonight.
miss old Steve tonight.
Yeah, he really does a great job down working with the kids and with the coaches. Steve will be back with us, though.
Quarterback to take the punt, and he rolls right past him. And does he fall down? I think he fell down, but anyway, it doesn't matter because the ball is picked up, still on his feet. Now it's fumbled. Doesn't matter. We're going to get it whatever happens here. And that was one you'd like to see again.
That was a wild play.
That probably should have been a safety there.
What happened is the snap scooted by him right up front, and he ran it down, and he tried to punt it, but
I thought
he
he fell down.
Yeah, he did, but he hadn't got possession of the ball yet.
Okay.
So by the time he got possession, he was back on his feet, and then he actually kicked it. The referee showed that it was a tip, so it was a live ball. But Tulsa picked it up, tried to advance
Then he fumbled it.
Then he fumbled it. You're right.
And then they picked it back up.
And ran out of bounds.
And now you know the rest of the story. I'd love to see that again. Well, the end result is Shawnee has the ball on the 9-yard line, first and goal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's regardless of what happened,
And
there.
I'll tell you, Saturday morning at 10 and Tuesday night at 7, you can see it
That's
again,
exactly.
Mark.
Tape it, and you can watch it as many times as you'd like. That was kind of fun to watch. Carter Whitson, the quarterback, hands the ball off to big number 96, Walter Boyd, and we see a flag go down immediately as he jumps over the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard gain.
You hate to see holding in this neck of the woods, starting first and goal.
But that's what we got. 3 seconds left to go in our third quarter. This is where a Walter Boyd can really come in handy when you got somebody that big that can carry guys with him, and just kind of like the old Fridge, back Chicago Fridge years ago.
Looks like Jason Bourbonnais and Kudjoe are coming back, along with Lamar White. Taking out Torrance Ely, taking out the heavy backs, putting in the fleet-footed backs.
That
Try to get this 20 yards.
Excuse me, that really hurts us now. Takes us out almost out of the red zone there now, and all the way back to close to the 20-yard line.
We have to make it all the way for a touchdown.
And we don't get a first down out of this
That's
either.
correct.
That's the disadvantage of the penalty right there, is that you've got to score a touchdown here or some kind of points.
First and 20.
This is where you have to take advantage of what be considered as a turnover.
And a gift down at this area of the field. When you're playing a weapon against Prentice Elliott, that's a big, big deal. They can strike like lightning.
Well, there's no time left to go on the clock, so it should be the end of the third quarter.
They've already reset the clock, but they're going to make them run a play, it looks like.
I don't understand this because there must have been some time left to go. There should have been some time left to go on the clock. We got clock problems again.
Yeah.
But it were only, what did I say earlier, 3-4 seconds, something of that nature. So they'll actually run one more play. Then it'll be the end of the third quarter. So this is officially last play of the third quarter. And I don't see any flags.
No. Ball was thrown just a little bit high out of Walter's reach. And then big
That
Walter.
was interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
ran into number 35. 35 is still feeling it. That's Daniel Moore, 175-pound defensive back.
so now is it going to be second? It's going to be second down, right? Or is it third down now?
It should be second down. That was first down. So now it should be second and 20. Second and goal to go.
They're moving the down markers over here, but the referees are still standing down there conversing.
Let's show our scoreboard. Thank Dr. Robert Gunderson for his support of Shawnee Wolves football. 21-13, and hopefully we'll be showing this scoreboard quickly. Again, Dr. Robert Gunderson is the Shawnee Wolves team physician. Shawnee Wolves certainly appreciate all that Dr. Robert Gunderson does for them. Oklahoma Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Dr. Robert Gunderson's this year's scoreboard sponsor. Thank you, Dr. Robert Gunderson, and all you do for Shawnee Wolves football. Shawnee Wolves on top tonight, coming into the fourth quarter, 21-13. in Tulsa SST 13. As we watch them reset, this game has moved along slowly, it seems. But number 35, Daniel, who had the head-on collision with Walter Boyd, they're still giving him some attention.
You know, if I had a head-on collision with Walter Boyd, I'd be laying down there too. I don't think I'd ever want to get up.
Unless you were in a car. That would be about the only way.
This guy is so big.
He's such a nice guy. Personable guy. Really like Walter, and he means a lot to this football team. And
he's always got a big old smile on his face.
Yeah,
you ever notice
he does.
that? He really is kind of a neat guy.
We're thankful that Daniel Moore seems to be okay. Like to see all Walter get something going right here, or any of his teammates right into that end zone. That would be good.
Penalties have hurt us down there, as we have second down now and 20 yards to go for a touchdown. No way to get a first, as we mentioned earlier, because the ball, we actually took over on the 9-yard line, I believe it was, earlier. So the one good thing about this, Daniel, is it does give you a longer playing field, a better opportunity to throw the ball as opposed to being down there on the 9-yard line. So if there's anything good about being back here, this gives us a little bit more room to toss the ball into the end zone. And Whitson is going to try to throw the ball. Now he's just going to keep it. He's got some running room down there. Gets close to the 10-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. Nice little run by Whitson. He had the option to throw the ball or just keep it, and felt he could get better yardage by just keeping it.
A much safer play. He had the option of dumping it off there to Antoine. Zach was double covered back there, but Antoine turned around and threw a good block, and we picked up some yardage.
Actually, they're going to spot the ball on the 7-yard line. So it'll be now 3rd down and 7, 4-down territory here.
You don't think we would want to kick and get 11-point lead?
Actually, I do. I'll correct that. Probably if we don't get it here, the wise thing to do might be to kick it. We'll see what happens. Now, that's got to be offsides against the defense. If there ever was one. Because they definitely got into the neutral zone.
That's true. And then Zach Howard on our side of the ball. But you're right, just
about
about their whole line. Yeah, their whole line.
Can't break that neutral zone. Oh, come on. Well, I didn't see it that way, but
I don't know what that call is.
I don't have a striped shirt on either.
Have you seen that that motion before where he crosses his arms?
I don't know.
That's not delay a game. It wasn't delay a game, but that's as close as it looks with that call. Huh. That's interesting. I wonder.
I don't know. Anyway, 3rd down, 13.
Somebody will have to ask Coach Whitson what that means.
Stump me on that one.
Golly.
I sure thought that they had gone over and to the neutral zone. That would have been a fraction against the defense. But, again, my shirt's not striped, but I don't know. Now it's 3rd down. Need to chuck the ball in the end zone here to Zach Wallace, who's lined up to the left side over there. And Carter Whitson's just going to keep the ball. If he can break one tackle, he could get there, but he doesn't. So now it's 4th down, and we may see Adam Betterton here.
Yeah, number 11.
Looking for, and there comes Adam. Here he comes.
Dwight. Is that how you
Brandon
say
Dwight,
Dwight?
That's what I've been calling him, Dwight. Yeah, Brandon Dwight. Damon Dwight.
Now this is a big 3 points.
Yeah,
it
really is.
A 2-touchdown spread.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to mention that. It really is. And this is very important that he make this 25-yard field goal attempt for Betterton. Is that a?
It's a flag, which would be roughing the kicker.
So you don't take points off the board.
Well,
do you?
We'll see. You don't. I may not, but let's see what the coaching staff has to say. Will it be a 1st down? I don't think so, yeah. It looks like he...
If it's a 1st down, you might.
Yeah, well, let's see.
If it's the 1st down, you might do that. Still no indication. Roughing the kicker is it declined. Okay, we're going to take the 3 points. I thought that's what he would do, and whenever you take points off the board, they can always come back to haunt you.
You're exactly right.
Because that's something you had in the bank, and you just made a withdrawal. So that's probably not wise. So shows some smarts with the coach there to say, yeah, we'll take those because we already got them.
You know, I wonder about old Coach Whitson.
Take your points.
I'll tell you this, though, because when he heard what the referee had to say to him, he kind of went down like he was distraught.
Yeah.
And I bet that it may have been just a 5 or a 10-yard
maybe not a
penalty
first
and
down.
maybe not a first down. He was probably looking for that first down, Mark.
I don't know. I don't know what the penalty is in that. I would think it would be an automatic first down if you ran into the kicker. I don't know. I'm not up on my penalties there, but regardless, the end result is it's 24-13. So he's true.
He's still down there talking to the linesman.
Yeah, I think he's still
about
maybe talk him out of it again.
Yeah.
Give us the ball on the 1 yard line, first and goal. We might take that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. Again, I hate taking points when you already have it in the bank. Goodness.
We would like to see old Felix Banjo really get his foot into this one.
11-point lead. That's awesome.
That's right. Keep it out of Prentice Elliott's hands.
11 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in this ball game. It was a quick third quarter. We played a fairly long first and second quarter, the first half. Now the ball falls off the tee. Banjo will rack it back up.
I tell you, the Shawnee Wolves fans are really appreciating Wolves football tonight on just a gorgeous night.
Banjo puts his foot into it, sails it into the end zone, and Prentice is mad because he wants to run it out. Sorry, buddy, you can't do it. Tough luck.
Not with the Shawnee Wolves on top. Thank you, Dr. Robert Gunderson, and all you do for Shawnee Wolf football. The Dr. Robert Gunderson Oklahoma Orthopedics and Sports Medicine scoreboard shows the Shawnee Wolves on top of the TSST Titans, 24-13, as we are just beginning, really, the fourth quarter, Mark.
I like it. I like what I'm seeing thus far. We have shown some great consistency here with our offense and defense. And even though Prentice Elliott has some yards running tonight, we, for the most part, have been able to shut that train down. Quarterback Goff hands the ball off. And he's able to get down close to a first down. Dyer again.
Number 6, Ryan Rowland carrying the ball.
Sorry, it was Rowland.
No, that's okay. Who was on the tackle, though? Did you notice that? I missed the tackle. I'll tell you, when they put Prentice out there, you've got to respect that he's out there and he might catch a pass. So
yeah,
they're setting him out in that
is he
slot.
Out? Yeah, he's out there.
I'm sure Carter's got an eye over there as well.
Good time for an interception here.
Yep.
Pitches the ball back, and that's Rowland again. He's got a little bit of room there. Gets 4 yards on that carry, 5, 6.
Number 6, Ryan Rowland, ball carrier once again.
Close to 6 yards.
There on the stop of the Wolves is number 7, Carter Whitson, along with number 21, Jared Jackson.
Thought I saw Cody Lyles check in there. Yeah, I did.
For Jared.
Yep. Cody Lyles comes in.
Coach is talking to Jared about something.
And tight coverage now. And now Collier backs off a little bit as it looks like he's probably going to throw the ball. And it's funny, he just heaves the ball as far as he can. That's got to be a push there. That's coming back. He's going to score a touchdown, but it's going to come back because he definitely pushed off, did Elliott there.
I think he tackled the free safety.
Yeah. and it was there was double coverage on the play, and the ball could have been just as easily intercepted, but Elliott thinks he can get away with just pushing our receivers around, but that's not going to happen.
It was an athletic play, but he climbed on top of Carter to do it. It's too bad.
Now they're trying to sort this thing out.
I think they'll move him back 15 yards.
Yeah, it's defensive, offensive pass interference is the call against the Titans. Oh, there
was more than one.
Yeah, there was also a holding penalty down here, so you got a flag way over here, and then there was the one that they picked up at the 20. So we'll take the bigger of the two, which is the defensive or offensive pass interference call.
And we want to thank Walls Bargain Center for their support of Shawnee Wolves football. Walls Bargain Center is certainly the home of great stuff cheap. I was in there just this week shopping for some shoes and got great clothing selection, housewares. They've got a little bit of everything in Walls. You never quite know what you're going to find, but you know you will find great prices. Walls right there in downtown Shawnee, also in Seminole and in Ada. They have over 27 stores, I think 28 stores now in 3 different states. Shop Walls Bargain Center, and when you're in there, let them know that you appreciate their sponsorship of Shawnee Wolves football television broadcast.
Tulsa Titans now 3rd down 18 from back to their 22-yard line instead of a touchdown. And Goff's going to throw the ball now, just pitches it out to the right side, and it gets a few yards on that, 5 maybe. They've been penalized, Daniel, in the second half now 4 times for 40 yards. That's a huge amount of penalties for the Titans. Now it's 4th down. They'll have to punt. Little under 10 minutes left, 9:48 to go in the ball game.
The Shawnee Wolves so far have put together a solid team performance. Everybody doing their part.
Just like they've done all year since they've started conference play. Offensively, defensively, and special teams. Now we got another flag on the play, and just yellow markers all over the place tonight.
I think that's an illegal huddle or illegal substitution on the offensive team.
They're really struggling tonight, penalties. That makes 5 penalties now.
And it looks like a little bit of frustration is setting in for the Tulsa team.
5 penalties for 45 yards. Joe Collier back to take the punt from the quarterback, Kendall Goff, who is also the punter. Standing at his 40-yard line is Collier. Gets a kind of a short punt off, takes one hop. Collier picks it up. Is hit immediately as he gets back to about the 41-yard line, where Shawnee will set up 1st and 10, and with a 11-point lead with 9 minutes and 40 seconds. So far, this game is going our way.
Well, and you know that play right there is a heady play by Joe. He may not have gotten but a yard or 2 after he caught the ball, but he sure saved about 15 yards because that ball was sure spinning towards our goal line. That's a heady play by Joe, and we like to see that.
Yeah, had he let that go, that could have gone an extra 20 yards. But as a result of his heady play there, we actually do have great field position now.
We really do.
Right outside of our 40-yard line. Wallace at the top of your screen there. One wide receiver split to the left. And I'm telling you, they just do those blitzes and stunts. And Carter Whitson is frustrated because he just doesn't have time to get rid of the ball. They shoot those gaps.
Yeah, and Carter is a little upset there, but there was nothing that anybody, aside from the line, could have done about stopping that rush. He had not taken 2 steps, and Carter was wrapped up. And they're stunting. That's what they're doing, Mark. They're getting into our backfield by stunting, shooting the gaps, using their speed.
You never know. And you never know which one of those guys is going to come up there and shoot that gap.
Yep.
So that makes it even more difficult for Carter to be able to read the defense as he goes up to the line of scrimmage under center now. There's another one. See? Well, if they don't call a penalty this time, I'm going to be... Yeah.
What are you going to do, Mark?
I don't know. I'm going to throw my pencil at him. Jeez Louise.
The problem with that is it probably hit one of our great fans right down here.
Get the 5 yards back. And, well, I tell you, they do that almost every single play now.
They do. You know, I don't think Prentice Elliott is back there in the defensive backfield. I wonder if he got, well, yeah, he's out on the corner. I see him now.
Now it's 2nd down at 11. Whitson again under center. Not able to hand the ball off and is tackled as he gets across the line of scrimmage. Another penalty flag. That's going to be one of those personal fouls, I bet. I'm guessing.
Did you see the action after the play?
Nope. But it came so late.
On that far sideline.
That's what normally happens. Somebody said something or did something there. Personal foul.
Dead ball. That's after the play against Shawnee.
Not good. Not good. I thought that was going to be against them. That's going to cost us 15 big ones. And Coach is not going to like that. That's got to be frustrating.
Yes, it does. Doesn't help us on downs either.
Whitson's going to come over and talk to his dad about that. Or the next play, actually. Nothing you can do about that now. It's going to be second down and 20 yards.
We want to thank Sonic and the great Sonic Hamburgers right here in Shawnee. We have 2 on Kickapoo and 1 on Harrison. Visit the local Shawnee Sonics and make sure you let them know that you appreciate their sponsorship of the Shawnee Wolves football television broadcast. Each one of them are doing their part to make this broadcast possible. That is your Shawnee Sonics. That is Kickapoo. 4625 out towards the mall. The one right down the street from the University OBU. The one over on Harrison. Thank you, Sonic, for your support of this television broadcast.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 28-yard line. It's going to be third down, 22 needed for the first. Whitson now goes into the shotgun, which gives him a little bit more time, but not a whole lot. And again, he finds time to throw the ball, and he has Wallace out there, and a great play there by number 11, Damon Dye. Can't get his name right. And guess what? There's a flag on the play. Imagine that.
And I believe that's an automatic first down.
It's going to be a passer.
Roughing the passer.
Yeah.
That's one that will give Coach Whitson his first down that he was looking for down on the goal line.
Credit Zach Wallace there for doing a great job of keeping the ball from being intercepted there. He almost had to play defense for a moment there, but he was did a great job of trying to hang on to the ball. And he actually ended up almost catching it. But anyway, regardless, because of the roughing the passer penalty, that's going to give us yardage down. It's a first down at the 44-yard line. Now they've been penalized, has the Tulsa Titans 7 times, 65 yards. And they just keep mounting up more and more penalties. Whitson goes in shotgun. Wide in motion now. Whitson hands the ball off to Cody Lyles. It goes right up the middle. Great run by Cody.
They hit one of those holes that they were stunning out of that time, and that's what happens when you play against a stunning, or you are a stunning defense. Is sometimes you're plugging the hole, but sometimes you're leaving the hole.
There's got to be a hole open somewhere when they do that. Exactly. And that moved in our favor. Looks like we're going to call timeout.
Yeah, coaching staff wants to talk something over.
Another penalty. That is something. Oh.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, but that was like a minute after.
It was after the timeout was called. It looks like, yeah.
That's funny.
Maybe some tempers are flaring down there.
Well, Daniel, I think, if we can just continue this drive, keep the clock moving, keep the ball on the ground, and we've proven that we've been able to move the ball pretty successfully on the ground tonight and eat some of this clock up. By the time they get the ball back, even when they do, they're going to have to score twice, 2 touchdowns, because the field goal and an extra point, a touchdown, unless they go for 2, they'd have to score a touchdown, go for 2, make it.
That's right.
Is my math correct here?
That is.
Just to tie the game.
That is correct.
So,
which makes that point. Carter's tackle, keeping them from 2 points, giving them only 6 points on their touchdown. Again, it's coming back to hurt Tulsa.
Yeah. Those things always come back to bite you if you don't make those extra points. And
that's why having a kicker like Adam Betterton is so important.
Yeah. Well, I think they had so much confidence in Prentice Elliott that he could just make that. But they didn't count on Carter Whitson's speed as well.
He's got a nose for the football. He doesn't lead this team in tackles.
Exactly.
For no reason.
And, Carter Whitson's only thrown the ball 6 times tonight, 5 completions for 118 yards.
5 of 6?
We've 5 of 6. We've really won this game on our running and a great defense.
They are stepping them off 15 yards.
And I don't think I don't think Coach Whitson just came out and said that this guy was a great player just because he, for nothing. I think he really believes this guy was an excellent. I just think our defense has just stepped up to a level that's just remarkable tonight, and the way they've been able to shut him down.
We'll talk about that right after this play. That was an unsportsmanlike conduct call. Dead ball again. First down.
First down and 10. Shawnee Wolves 28-yard line. Cody Lyles goes in motion. 2 wide receivers. And he hands the ball up to White. And he's met immediately by number 9, William McGuire.
And Mark, touching on that again with Prentice Elliott, that was the battle cry tonight in the locker room before the game. The battle cry was...
Stop Elliott.
It was, one man will not beat us.
Yeah.
Who believes that? The whole room erupts. Jared Jackson leading the charge. One man will not beat this team. This will be a team effort. And they were adamant about that. And, tonight, Prentice Elliott is getting his numbers. He's going to have close to 200 yards.
Oh, yeah.
And we still have a lot of football to play. He may have more than that.
A lot of it's deceptive running, too, though.
That's right. But the point being that the team effort is always going to beat the one-man effort.
Exactly. Point is well taken. Cudjoe out to the left. Wallace to the right, along with White. Cody Lyles in the backfield. He wants to throw the ball. Has Wallace out there, and he catches the ball, but immediately falls down. But not after he gains a few yards on that play. He's going to be down to the 23-yard line now. Third down and 4 to go for the first.
It is really hard to tell from this angle where they are.
I know, it is. Clock moving. That's what we want to see happen tonight. Keep that thing going. We got the big lead here. 3 wide receivers. Cudjoe way out to the top of your screen. Whitson just keeps the ball. Goes over the right side for a 3-yard gain. This is an interesting stat here that Jacob just had. They have, the Titans tonight, Daniel, 4 personal foul penalties in the second half.
Oh, my goodness.
That's 15 yards apiece. That's 60 yards that against them tonight.
And at least 2 of them gave us first downs. One was on a 3rd down and 25 from our own 20 or so yard line, and they gave us a first down.
Exactly. So we'll take those gifts.
Yes.
This is a big play right here, Daniel. It's 4th down and 2. If we want to keep this clock moving as it is now, with just under 6 minutes to go, we need to pick up this first down right here. Whitson wants to throw the ball, has Zach Wallace, and just misses him on the slant pattern there. Not able to make a connection there.
I'll tell you, 15 out of 16 times Zach Wallace catches that ball.
It ain't bad. Not bad at all. Does stop the clock, however, and we're going to turn the ball over on downs, but we were able to hold on to that ball quite a long time and run off that clock.
As we show Walls Bargain Center again, we want to thank David Hammonds and his support of Shawnee Wolves football. Walls Bargain Center is a fun place to shop. Walls Bargain Center always has the bargains to choose from, and their stock does change regularly. Great buys on name brand shoes and clothing, as well as sporting goods and knickknacks for the home. The folks at Walls have grown this Shawnee company statewide by making the best deals so they can offer us great stuff really cheap. Thanks to Walls and everybody on the Walls Bargain Center team in helping make this broadcast of the Shawnee Wolves football possible. And I'm not kidding when I say Walls is a fun place to shop. I went in there. There's some great leather chairs down there. I mentioned that, I think, a couple weeks ago. Christmas is coming up, and Walls just might be the shop to get my easy chair.
They got all kinds of stuff down there, too.
It's fun to shop there. Yeah, it's great. It's good stuff, too, and it is cheap.
Never know what they're going to have. Yep.
Great stuff, really cheap. Thanks, Walls.
All right, our fans are rising to the task as the cheerleaders usher them on to stand up and stop this Tulsa Science School of Technology Titans from scoring.
I am proud of you. Science and sports technology?
Something like that. Whatever it is. That ball is almost picked off by number 44, Bedwell.
Good reaction by the sophomore linebacker. And I'm glad he had it because that ball was going right towards Prentice Elliott, open in the middle.
Yeah.
He had just made a quick cut. They were doing their version of our slant pattern.
Well, they're in a position now that that you certainly don't want to be in if you're a Tulsa Titans, because they have to play catch-up football.
There was another flag, it looks like, Mark. I didn't see it.
Imagine that.
Is that an illegal formation?
There's another one now. How many is that, Jacob? 8? We're losing count now.
Illegal formation or illegal motion, I guess, is the call, and it's going to back them up another 10 yards, I think.
Keep it, Jacob.
No, we declined the penalty.
That's 9 penalties.
We want the ball back.
Scratch that one. We'll give that one back to him. That's only 8 then. That's amazing. 2nd down and 10. Fans are really, really jumping up and down. The coach is saying, get over there and cover that guy. He wants to throw the ball, does Goff, and has all his men are covered, but then somehow or other, and I don't know how in the world, number 11, Damon Dwight, got open, but he did, and he threw the ball all the way across the field. That was a crazy, crazy play, but it was good enough for a Titan first down.
Joe Collier really stuck him and made him pay for that catch, but it was just a little too little. Little too late.
Too little late. 27 yards on that pass completion from Goff to Dwight. 1st and 10, Titans at their 47-yard line. Defense needs to step it up a notch or two here. 3 wide receivers now for the Titans. Hands the ball off, and he tries to make the right side. Gets through Jackson, but he doesn't get through Bedwell.
No, that was good.
Rolling.
The Shawnee line is really stepping up and plugging the holes, not giving them anywhere to go up the middle. That's Chris Brannon, all his teammates down there. I know Jared Kessler's in there.
You got to give the game ball tonight to this whole defense. I mean, they just really have just done so well tonight.
I think you're right. Richard Sims,
boy, I tell you.
David Holmes in those trenches.
2nd down and 6 now for the Titans as they have the ball right at midfield. Pitch goes out there to Prentice Elliott. He's got some room, but it's laterally and not up the field. Now he takes it up the field, gets down to the 35-yard line before he runs out of bounds, but he ran back and forth across the field. Now another flag goes down. Goodness gracious. This is really amazing. This one is over on our sideline as the linesman there threw that penalty flag. Again, the penalty coming way after the whistle was blown.
It was on our sideline, it looked like.
Yeah, and
somebody must have said something.
It's over there talking to the coach about it. Sure hate to give up 15 yards here if it's against us. 4 minutes, 28 seconds left to go. See the coach down there talking to the 2 officials.
Yeah, Coach Whitson's really pleading his case.
Oh, it's a sideline
warning.
Yeah, that's a sideline warning, but it's not really a warning because he threw a flag. Maybe Whitson talked him out of giving us a penalty. Normally that's what they do, is they give you a warning and then they flag. And that may be what happened on that particular play is the players got a little, coaches and players got a little antsy.
He's picking the ball up, and he is going to mark off some yardage.
Yeah, oh well, okay. That's going to be 5-yard penalty, so it'll be 2nd down and 5 now.
They give him a first down.
Yeah, excuse me, first down and 5 is what I meant to say for the first instead of 1st and 10.
We don't want to give up a touchdown here.
Well, Coach is giving him fits over there, though. Still yelling at him on that one. Oh, well. Here we go. Prentice Elliott. Excuse me, I take that back. That's why on the carry. I'll get it right in a minute. Ryan Rowland, number 6.
Yep. Chased out of bounds by number 37, Will Thompson.
It's going to be close
Joe
to a
Collier
first down.
over there. Eric Combs.
2nd down and short yardage now. Clock is stopped as he goes out of bounds over there, so now it's 2nd down and 2 needed for the first.
I think the coach is upset because they just brought in Prentice White over on the sideline.
Oh, he's got a man wide open in the middle, and he finally throws the ball out there, but that could be intercepted. It's not. It's a touchdown.
And that was an illegal substitution, I believe, because he stepped on the field right at the last moment. And our
Are
coaches
you talking
caught
about
it.
Elliott?
Yeah,
Yeah.
our coaches caught it, but they didn't. They were yelling.
Yeah, he is screaming.
Before the play even
If we
started.
could see Coach Whitson down here trying to get the attention of the official, it's not going to do any good, but he wants to let the official, the linesman, know exactly what happened on that play. And he's furious that they didn't see that, because you're exactly right. He was able to come in late, get on the field, and score a touchdown. Now they're going to go for 2, which they're going to have to do in order to get back into this ball game. Quarterback back to pass. He's under. Now there's a big holding there. Well, I saw that there. He does make the catch, but this has got to come back. I saw holding. It was actually a flag that was thrown before I saw the holding. That's actually illegal motion is what was called there, but it looked like Brandon. I think it was Brandon that was being held on that play. I'm not sure. I just saw him. Somebody grabbed.
I'll tell you what, that is showing some athleticism, though. Just to catch that ball over Corey McAvoy for that extra point, but also for the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean,
Corey was right there, and it seems he jumped over him and reached in front of him almost.
The vertical leap
is just
he
amazing.
has, that was quite amazing. Because Corey was right on him. He was there.
Both times.
Yeah.
Both times.
Just able to make the completion anyway. This is going to be a timeout charged to the Titans.
Coach Whitson is still pleading his case about that touchdown pass.
They still have 2 timeouts left and 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. And this, at least if nothing else, it gives Coach Whitson an opportunity to come over and talk to the referee and plead his case. You see him down there on the sideline near the huddle as he's trying to make his point that Prentice Elliott had come onto the field late and was able to come in and score the touchdown, which shouldn't have happened. And they're not going to change it or anything, but at least he gets to make his point.
That's important. You need to work the officials a little bit like that.
Exactly. Now he's talking to the ref. They're not going to change it, but now Whitson's talking to the lineman again. Head linesman. Okay, we'll sort this thing out. It's going to be first down, 8 yards to go. No, excuse me.
It's extra point.
Extra point, okay. Got me all confused there.
Going for 2.
Forgot what happened. They actually did score the touchdown. I was hoping Whitson could talk him out of it, but no. They're going for 2 is what's happening here. There's a penalty, and so he's going to chunk the ball out there. Again, he throws it into heavy coverage, and he catches it.
They caught it.
Again, great coverage on the defense.
Number 80 came down with it.
Wow.
Jeremy Hooks, 190-pound senior, TSST.
So, boy, that really makes it an interesting ball game now.
Yes, it does. We need some first downs.
Whew.
Nothing wrong with a good ball game. I think everybody enjoys a good ball game on Friday night. It's just we want to come out on top. Let's get some first downs here. Make this broadcast a good broadcast throughout the week.
I'd like to know what the referees are talking about down here as you see the officials meeting at the 10-yard line discussing quite possibly what might have happened earlier.
If you drive a Ford, please check to make sure you've got your key. This key is not on a ring. It's just one key.
Well, Daniel, we have got to hang on to the ball and run the clock out. That's what we need to do here.
You're exactly right.
We're going to get the ball back, and with any success at all running the ball, which we've had, we should be able to hopefully hang on to it.
I tell you, anything short of a touchdown, and we're not out of the water. Touchdown is what we need. Unless, like you say, we can run the clock all the way out. There was only 1.8 seconds left at the end of the half when Mr. Prentice Elliott brought the ball back in one of the most exciting plays of the game so far.
They can score in a heartbeat, can the Titans, and so we don't want to give them the ball back. Mark McLean deep to receive the ball, catches the ball at his 10-yard line, gets down to the 20. He's got some blockers out there, cuts up the middle, gets to the 30-yard line, and gets to the 33-yard line before he's brought down now.
As we show the Robert Gunderson scoreboard, it shows Shawnee still leading 24-21 with about 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's a great ball game. Great support from Dr. Robert Gunderson at Oklahoma Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the team physician for the Shawnee Wolves football program. We certainly appreciate you, Dr. Gunderson. Let's see what the coaches have come forth out of this. You almost hate to say I'd like to see him pass because that stops the clock, but I'd like to see him pass because I'd like to see another score.
What we'd like to see happen here is for Shawnee just to go down and score and take care of business. And there we go. That's big. Number 22, Lamar White. Rumbling, stumbling, fumbling down to the 50-yard line. That was a great run.
Way to carry that football. He had both hands wrapped around that football. That was the first thing that Coach Whitson made a signal to him about. Holding on to that football. So important on times like this.
Nice 15-yard run there by Lamar White. Ball at midfield.
That's as good as a pass, isn't it, Mark?
It sure is, because the clock keeps moving. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left to go. We need to milk the clock as much as we can here as Carter Whitson comes up to the line of scrimmage as he goes under center. Lamar White, single setback. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the top of your screen there. There's the blitz again as Lamar White takes it out to the outside because they stack up the middle. They're just sending everybody up the middle every time. And you think there would be somebody open to catch a ball back there if he had time to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that time he goes out of bounds, is pushed out of bounds, I should say, and stops the clock, which you don't want to see happen, but he did get some pretty decent yardage there, does Lamar White. Second down now, 7 yards to go for a first. Got to keep the ball going.
And this is where the dilemma of are they worn out or are they not worn out? This is where payoff time is for the Shawnee Wolves front line.
Carter Whitson is going to hand the ball up to White. He spins around, breaks a couple of tackles there, and gets down to the 44-yard line before he stopped. Third down now, and I see a timeout. Who called timeout? The Titans did. Okay, that makes sense. Now they have 1 timeout left. 3 minutes, 9 seconds left to go in this ball game. Shawnee with a 3-point lead thanks to Adam Betterton's field goal earlier.
That's right.
The difference in our ball game now.
That's what we're holding on to. But you know, whether it be 3 points, 1 point, whatever points, just as long as we go 3-0 in our district, that's what we want to see. Because we want to see the Sonic billboard again. The Shawnee Sonics are a great support to this Shawnee Wolves broadcast. We want to thank John Winteringer, Jim, Sue, Kim, all of you. Thank you for supporting Shawnee Wolves football. All the different Shawnee Sonics. 2 on Kickapoo, 1 on Harrison. We want you, Shawnee, to get out and visit these Sonics and let them know that you're watching and enjoying these broadcasts. Without the support of the Shawnee Sonics, it'd be very difficult to have these on. We'd like the patronage, your patronage at these stores, helping them know that their sponsorship is appreciated. Thank you, Shawnee Sonics.
Big third down play now for the Wolves. Ball at the 44-yard line. Third down, 4 yards to go for the first down. White goes in motion now. Cody Lyles in the backfield. And he tries to hand the ball off to Cody.
Oh, no!
And he hands it off to the wrong guy there. We see
he's calling it a fumble.
Yeah, actually what happened
but we still had a hold of it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that play. Yeah, that was number 66 who actually almost got the handoff the same time as he was trying to hand the ball off to Lyles. That's Eric Logan, who actually ended up with the ball. That was a weird play.
That was a weird play.
So
that's what happens when they shoot those gaps. They get in. We either find the gap or they get through.
So the Titans now will take over now and call that a fumble, I guess, or
We need to
call
get
it
that
what
back.
you want to. They've got the ball back now on the 50-yard line with 3 minutes left to go in this ball game. So now they call their last timeout. They had to call a timeout, and I'm not sure exactly why. If they didn't have enough men on the field.
They only had 10 players out there.
And Elliott only has 27 yards in the second half on only 5 attempts. So he hasn't really showed a whole lot in the second half. And
Well, they've been lining him up on the outside, Mark. If you've noticed that,
They
very
have.
rarely has he been in the backfield in
He's
this
trying
fourth
to-
quarter. at
I
least.
think what they're trying to do is get him down the field and get the ball to him on a pass.
Let him use his jumping ability.
Exactly, and it's worked almost several times tonight.
Without penalties. You're right.
Yeah, it has. Exactly. So he's a threat if he's in the backfield, and if he's a threat if he's out there as a wide receiver as well. And you see him out there now split again out to the right. I don't know. I think he's more dangerous in the backfield, actually. I mean, I feel confident about, even though he's been able to jump up and grab it, the quarterback hasn't been that accurate. So we'll see what can happen here. 1st and 10. Does chunk the ball out there, and what they're trying to do is get the ball out to him so he can just use his athleticism and run the ball, and that's exactly what he does. And you see him there just breaking tackles left and right. That is amazing.
That is amazing.
45 yards.
Justin
And actually,
Bedwell.
it was really more of a run than it was a pass. He caught the ball out on the right side and just was able to break tackles and make some great moves down there. What a tremendous athlete to be able to pick his holes and get down the field there. Now the ball is spotted on the 5-yard line, 1st and goal for the Titans.
Now they have him in the backfield.
This is where they need to fumble the ball like they've done 6 times already tonight. Another penalty. We'll take one of those.
Like
It's gonna
Chicago
be
Heron dragging him down.
Movement there, the call, illegal procedure.
Official signal illegal motion against the Titans.
So that's going to back them up. That's the 10th penalty tonight in the second half alone for the Titans. I tell you, this has been a crazy, crazy game. Boy, imagine what happened if they hadn't have made all those penalties. It's 2 minutes, 36 seconds left to go in the ball game. That's a 5-yard penalty. The ball is going to be spotted at the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Tulsa School of Science and Technology. Goff, the quarterback, under center, wants to throw the ball. Throws it out there. Again, another penalty flag. Imagine that. As Elliott has the ball, runs around the right side, is tackled as he gets a couple of yards.
I tell you, Jared Kessler did a good job in stringing that play out and holding his ground.
Illegal.
Blockers were coming from every direction.
Motion again. Well, I don't know what the record is for penalties in a second half, but gee, boy, they must be getting awful close to it. That's just amazing. That's the 11th penalty now.
And it was a legal motion again, wasn't it?
Yes.
I tell you, that shows the no give up and the all-out hustle and how important it is that we don't let them get into the end zone on those long runs. There's been twice. Corey McAvoy caught him once, and Justin Bedwell caught him from behind once. That kept Elliott out of the end zone on those 50-plus runs and catches, and it really makes a difference.
2 minutes left to go now in the game. Clock moving. We need a turnover here. That would be great. Goff checking his offense, giving some direction there as he calls an audible at the line of scrimmage. Wants to throw the ball, trying to find a receiver open. Now he's just going to take the ball and run with it. Brandon trying to catch him, and he's finally pushed out of bounds.
Torrance Ely over there pushing him out.
They've been penalized now 11 times for 95 yards in the second half alone.
It's amazing. Well, we need to capitalize on that. Keep him out. Keep him out of the end zone here. It looks like he picked up about 9 yards on that run, huh?
Yeah, he did. The ball's now spotted at the 6-yard line. It's now still only second down because of all the penalties. Minute 44 left to go. Titans threatening now down in the red zone. Need to make a big defensive stand here. Do the Shawnee Wolves.
Looks like he's going to do an alley-oop.
Yeah,
nope.
He hands the ball straight up to Elliott, and he gets right on across into the end zone. They score. I'm sorry, that's not Elliott. I'll take that back. That's Roland. He looked like Elliott that time. He does score a touchdown, however, and they are able to take the lead now.
For the first time in the game, they do take the lead. We'll show you that score in just a moment. Let's see what they do, going for 1 or 2.
More than likely,
I think they go for 1.
Yeah, more than likely they'll just kick the extra point here because we could tie it with a field goal. They don't, so that's number 9, William McGuire, on for the extra point. Be a great time for a block here, and exactly what happens. And now Adam Betterton.
Somebody better go get it.
Could be your game here
go.
for a tie. We could tie it up here with a field goal now.
That's right. We'd like to see an offensive spurt by the Shawnee Wolves right now to bring us back into this football game. A real test of our courage and a real test of the investment that the kids have placed into this program this year. This is what they worked so hard in the offseason for. This is what they worked so hard all throughout the year, so that when it comes down to crunch time with less than 2 minutes left, they need an offensive drive. The line can step up, hold the defense out, and allow the Carter, the receivers, Lamar, to get some of these yards back.
Well, if ever we needed a great run back by Joe Collier, which we've seen tonight a couple of times, now is the time we need it. This could be a nail biter. Minute 40 left to go in the ball game. And we see Joe Collier and Carter Whitson both standing near their 10-yard line to receive the kickoff from the Titans. And it looks like Carter Whitson's going to take it near his 20-yard line. Cuts up the middle. He's got a little bit of running room, and he gets a pretty decent return back to the 35-yard line.
So we show the Dr. Robert Gunderson scoreboard. For the first time, Shawnee's behind. We have SST 27, the Titans, Shawnee Wolves 24. We do want to thank Dr. Robert Gunderson and his full support of this Shawnee Wolves broadcast. Thank you, Doctor, and all you do for the Shawnee football program. Starting nose on the 35-yard line. This is going to be good, Mark.
Minute and a half left to go in this contest. And we'll just see now exactly what we can do to get ourselves back on top here and go get to the house with a win. Carter Whitson fakes the throw. Now he tucks the ball and runs with it. And imagine that, another flag. Gets 5 yards on that carry before the penalty marker is thrown late again.
And that's good because it stops the clock for us.
That's a penalty again. I'm counting here. That's 12 penalties now.
We have 2 timeouts to operate with on this drive. Looks like it gives us a first down.
Yeah, that's going to be an automatic first down. Now they've gotten an even 100-yard penalties against the Titans now.
That is amazing.
Whole football field worth of penalties. First and 10, minute 28 seconds left to go in our ball game. Carter Whitson in the shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers. Wants to throw to Cudjoe, gets him out there, and he is able to hang on to the ball. And unfortunately, he stays in bounds, I think. Yeah, he does. He only gets a couple of yards on the reception because he fell down. The Wolves need to hurry up here. They They don't need to dilly-dally around. They need to get up there to the line of scrimmage. And here they go, ready to go. Wallace to your right side. And Cudjoe out to the left. Lamar White, also a receiver, wants to throw the ball. He rolls out to the right. Nobody open. Now he sees Wallace out there. Ow, he just overthrows him just about a foot there. And that was a sure touchdown. Oh, boy, that was close. Well, I tell you, I'd go right back to that if I was Carter Whitson, because Wallace was able to get a step on his man, and Whitson was able to at least have a little bit of time to throw the ball, even though he was under heavy pressure there. Now it's 3rd down, 7 yards to go, 49 seconds left. We've got 2 timeouts left to go. Coach O to the top of your screen, Wallace to the bottom. Whitson now goes under center. He's going to throw the ball. Wants to throw the ball anyway. Sees his man, does make a complete. Oh, then he drops the ball. Does Cudjoe, so that goes incomplete. Now it's 4th down.
That's a tough play. It looked like it was in there. Cudjoe just wasn't able to handle it.
That would have been a 1st down, too.
That was close. It was good defensive play. He got his arms grabbed, pulled away from the ball, which is what you're taught to do as a cornerback. This is a big play.
This is the ball game.
This is a season-making play too. This is a game that the Wolves need to pull out for district play. Their TSST is a good team. They've shown a lot of improvement, but we've got some hard-nosed teams coming up in our district. We need this victory.
And this could tell it all right here, because they don't get the 1st down. They don't have enough timeouts left to be able to stop Tulsa and get the ball back, so they must convert here. 4th down. Carter Whitson has the ball. He's got plenty of time. He had Wallace over the middle for a moment. Now he's scrambling around trying to get. He's just going to have to throw it for all he's worth. There he goes. He completes it to Joe Collier. What a great play by Collier. All the way down to the 25-yard line. Now coach wants to call a timeout. That was an incredible play. 32 yards from Carter Whitson to Joe Collier. Gets the ball down near the 25-yard line, I think is where they're going to spot it. Close to, if nothing else, close to field goal range.
Shows a lot of spunk there on both ends.
Did you see the pressure?
Joe was covered.
Covered like a blanket. And Carter Whitson also covered and under heavy pressure was able to get out to his left side. And again, as you talked about it earlier, Daniel, as you mentioned, that he rolled to his left and had to throw the ball, across his body there, but was right on target. That ball was pinpoint accurate to Joe Collier.
That's a perfect example of an underthrown ball favors the offensive player.
Exactly.
Joe was breaking deep, and he had to come back for that ball, and the defender kept going deep.
Couldn't let him get behind him.
That's exactly right.
You're exactly right, and so
Joe made a great catch to come back on it. Really watched that ball, concentrated on it. Joe's had a great game tonight. Joe Collier has, along with Carter Whitson.
And I can't emphasize enough how difficult that play was to be able to pull off, like with the pressure that he was under. That was 4th down. That was the ball game there.
And quite possibly, I go back to that was probably the playoffs as well on that play.
No kidding.
So
here
way
we
to go, Shawnee.
Here is this great offensive lineup where we have the 2 wide receivers to the right back to back and 2 to the left, where we've scored off this play before. 1st and 10, ball on the 25-yard line. Whitson wants to throw the ball under heavy pressure. He's just going to keep it. He's still on his feet, still moving, and finally brought down. Clock's moving. Timeout. They try to call a timeout. The ball's down to the 20. Help me, Daniel. 20-yard line
from this
17.
Angle, yeah. It looks like he picked up about 7 on that scramble.
Man, I just trying to get the angle here. I believe he's at the 17 or 18, somewhere in that neighborhood. But he's getting really, really close to Adam Betterton, and Betterton kicked a 35-yarder, I believe, earlier. Does that? I think that's right. I believe the ball was on the spotted at 25
tonight.
Yeah, was it not a 35-yarder?
I think it was a little closer. I think it was closer to 25.
25. Excuse me. Okay, the ball was at the.
But he can kick. He's got the foot.
He can do
kick
it.
A 35 yarder.
I have all confidence.
That's where we sit now. But what we have to be careful of, Mark, too, here is we can't let the clock run because we're out of timeouts. So we have to let the ball go or get a 1st down so we can down the ball and get at him in there. to kick that ball if we need to.
So
I think we'll go into the end zone. I think that's where we'll be throwing the ball.
You can run the ball, but you've got to give yourself time to get back to the line of scrimmage to spike the ball if you have to stop it.
Well, and with only 22 seconds left, I don't think we have that kind of time. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, you can run the ball one time and get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
But why?
And give him time.
Why
to get a first down, for one thing. Let's see what happens here. Second and 4. 22.7 seconds left to go. He's got a little bit of time to throw the ball, and actually White drops it, but
that might have been good.
That's not a bad thing because he was covered fairly well out there and could have been tackled for a loss, which would have been even worse because then that's going to take us out of potential field goal range.
And he was close to the sideline, so if he didn't make it to the sideline, it would have taken some seconds off the clock for the ref to spot that ball.
So now you have to throw the ball again. Now you can't run it because you can't spike it because you don't have the availability unless you get a first down. You don't have the availability to kill a play.
You go to the end zone here.
Probably so, and then you take your chances on a field goal right here.
Well, let's get the touchdown.
The touchdown sounds really good at this point. I think we can do it. Let's see. Let's see if we can will it a touchdown here. Here we go. Carter Whitson back there under heavy pressure. Chunks the ball out there, and his ball falls incomplete. Cudjoe, the intended receiver, now it's 4th down. And we'll probably see Adam come on and try to tie this thing up and send it into overtime. This is the kind of game probably ought to be overtime. It's just a well-played game from both sides.
Good. Coach showing a lot of confidence, just pointing to Adam and saying, "You're on, buddy.
Yeah.
It's your show." He knows he's going to make it.
He can do it.
Coach knows it.
Big play here. This is going to be a 35-yard field goal attempt. Actually, 34-yard field goal attempt for Adam Betterton. Kyle Parsons to hold. Ball's down. Kick is up. It's on his way.
Right.
And Adam Betterton is good and ties this game up. Way to go, Adam. You're a great guy.
He could have kicked that from 45.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. That is the practice
Gotta
paying
be
off
feeling
right
good
there.
now.
Really does.
Just save the ball game for us.
And
there,
again,
buddy.
missed extra points. We've got a kicker in Adam Betterton, and that has proved to be the difference in the ball game tonight.
Yeah, and I tell you, I'm going to say it again because I said it earlier, and I wanted to come back to it. If indeed it paid off to be true, Carter Whitson down here on the extra point, stopping them from getting the 2 points difference in the ball game right now because it's tied instead of a 1 point loss here.
That's right.
Wow, that was a great play by Adam Betterton.
Less than 10 seconds
I think you're right.
to go.
That could have been a 40-yarder. 45. I mean, that thing sailed over there.
It really did. So far, we had to wait for it, though it looked right down the middle from our angle, and we had to wait for the officials to call.
Made me nervous, but it was true. It was very true.
Well, and it goes to show the confidence that this coaching staff has in these kids. They've been around these kids so much over the last 6 months, 8 months. I mean, it's just wonderful to see the relationship build.
Okay, I don't want to count our chickens before they hatch here, but assuming we can hold them here and send this thing into overtime, we need to talk about in just a moment how this works in high school football in overtime.
I hope you can explain it until I see it.
Spot the ball. Help me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong here. The 10-yard line, each team gets the ball until they run out of downs there. And that is going to go out of bounds, and that is not what you want to do at all because now that's a penalty.
It'll be to the 35-yard line. They'll spot the ball, but no time goes off the clock.
That's what I was going to say. That's very tough. 9 seconds left to go.
And as we throw up the Dr. Robert Gunderson scoreboard, Shawnee Wolves 27, the visitors from Tulsa 27, with less than 10 seconds remaining on the game clock. We may be looking at overtime tonight, folks.
I hope we are because I like our chances in overtime. Here, what's going to happen is, if so, they'll have a coin flip
to determine who gets the ball first.
The winner wants to go second. Don't want to go first.
More than likely.
Yeah, more than likely because you know what you have to do.
Exactly.
So you always want to go. You always want to go second. So you want to win the coin toss first of all, And you get the ball, 4 plays, whatever happens, happens. If you have to kick a field goal, you do. If you score a touchdown, that's great as well. So we're gonna, and I tell you what, when you got a kickoff kicker,
a kick returner or a kickoffer?
A kickoffer, like Felix Banjo, a kicker like Felix Banjo, backing the thing up 5 yards, not really going to hurt him that much because now they're setting up as if he's going to squib the ball, which he may do.
We just want to keep it away.
But if I were him, I would just kick it as far as I can and kick it over their heads, which is exactly what he does. And now that ball is going to be touched back. Nobody's going to return that. And that is a wonderful play. And I don't know why in the world that the Titans thought that he was going to squib it because they had a chance for a return there.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll give my 2 cents there. Felix hasn't had a great night kicking the ball tonight.
He's kicked it in the end zone a couple of times.
They haven't watched him. They haven't watched him like we have. And that's a normal kick for Felix. Is in the end zone, through the uprights sometimes.
We kicked a 75-yarder one night.
Oh, man.
75-yard field goal.
And so.
Okay, this is potentially, and I hesitate to even say this, the last play of the regular time here.
And no timeouts.
No timeouts left.
We have Prentice Elliott in the backfield.
9 seconds. Quarterback
so they are
hands
handing
it off to
it
Elliott. Oh, my goodness.
No.
Look out, look out. This guy is loose. Look at him just jumping over people. Clock is going to run out. They've just got to stop him. They must stop him here. Corey McAvoy is the last guy that could possibly push him out of bounds, anything. Just get him out of there. Stop him. And they do.
Ooh.
That is the most unbelievable run I believe I've ever seen in high school football. In my heart, if you could tap my pulse right now, it'd be 200. 76-yard run as the clock runs out. He's at the 35-yard line. I look back to see that there's no time left on the clock. And Prentice Elliott just keeps on going, and nobody can bring him down. That was incredible. Wow.
Okay, as we go off now and we get ready for the overtime. Hold on, Shawnee.
We'll be right back.
Here we are getting ready for overtime.
This is unbelievable. That was a 76-yard run by Prentice Elliott, and I tell you what, that was one of the most remarkable plays I've ever seen in high school football because we had 5 or 6 guys that actually had the angle on him over there, and if it wasn't for that, he would have scored. I mean, that was unbelievable how much.
The move that impressed me the most was right here at the 48-yard line.
He jumped?
Where we had 4 guys all on him, and he jumped in the air. All 4 guys hit each other, and he came out of it.
It looked like
they didn't even touch him.
Yeah, I know it. Nobody ever got near him. It could have been touch football.
But I'll tell you what, I want to say this, though, Mark. Our guys were all over it.
Oh,
they were chasing. And again, they stopped him before the goal line, just like they did a couple of plays.
And even after they finally were able to get a hold of him, he still fell forward for a couple of 3 yards and was right near the goal line. And what was remarkable, I looked over at the clock and saw zeros over there, and he's still at the 40-yard line, just running all over the place. So far tonight, that was a 76-yard. He's had 103 yards in the second half. He's had 254 yards tonight. And most of them have just been unbelievable runs.
Well, and the amazing thing is, of that 254, 110 of them came on the last play of the half and the last play
of the second half.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, unreal. So we got ourselves overtime here, and we'd like to be able to win the toss, and we do. Excuse me.
They chose to go towards the north end zone, it looks like.
Yes. So.
And this is where Adam Betterton is a great weapon. They have not shown, Tulsa has not shown that they have the kicking ability from this, so they're going to be going for touchdowns. It gives us every opportunity to be able to hold them out, kick a field goal for the win.
I mentioned earlier and I've said it several times tonight. It'll be redundant, but I mentioned the play by Carter Whitson stopping. But also, we saw a play down here on the north end zone where we blocked the extra point too.
That's right.
That's the difference in the ball game as well, because without that blocked extra point that we made against them, they would be leading this game as well. So there you see 2 critical plays on the point after tries that fell for naught for the Titans. And as a result, we've got a tie ball game here. So this is the way it works, folks. We've got the ball spotted on the 10-yard line, and the Tulsa Titans will have the ball first as they go on offense. They'll have 4 downs to score, and then we'll turn around, and the Shawnee Wolves will have the ball as well to do what they can do. And that's why you want to go second, because if they don't score a touchdown, we know what you have to do to win the game. Prentice Elliott, the ball carrier, stacked up there, so he tries the other side, and he doesn't get very far at all. As
it didn't look like it, but he gained 7.
Well, actually,
Amazing.
he gained 7 or he gained
5.
Yeah, he gained 5 yards at least on that carry. And he tried, you saw him try one side, and it was stuffed, and so he just pulled it out and was able to roll around and on the left side and get yardage. So now it's 2nd down and 5. 100 yards in penalties against the Titans. Be a great time now to see another one. Or another fumble. Trying to wish these things off on me. Trying to get this, something happening here. Hand off to Elliott. Tries the right side there. Stuffed again. Gets another couple of yards, though. As he's close down there. Gets bound to the...
Like Richard Sims was in on that tackle. Carter Whitson in on that tackle. David Holmes in on that tackle. It takes a slew of them to stop him. We need one for a loss here. He's chipping away. It looks like they've picked up close to 9 yards on their 2 plays. Really need to stuff them here. I don't think it's any secret where they're going with the ball.
1st and goal. Ball spotted at the 1-yard line. And that's a fumble! That's a fumble. And let's see who gets it, because if we get that ball, that's it for them. Let's see what happens. This is so critical right here.
Looks like they fell on the ball.
Oh, boy. I tell
Very
you what.
close.
Wow. Well, it burns it down for them. Now it's 4th down no matter what. Woo, boy. Oh, man. It could have been all the game right there as they're able to hang on to that ball. Oh, man. That could have been all she wrote there.
They're using their timeout. I believe that you get a fresh timeout for the overtime period. Tulsa's decided to use theirs right now. Looks like the ball's really on about the 1-foot line.
Yeah, I think what they tried to do there, Daniel, is probably run the quarterback sneak, but Goff never really got a hold of the ball, and that's why the ball came out of there. And, boy, if we could have just fallen on that, it would have been our ball on the 10-yard line.
I'm sorry.
Kick him. Field goal and go home.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you've got Prentice Elliott in your backfield, why are you trying to do anything except hand him the ball from 10 yards out?
I don't know.
In 4 plays, chances are he's your best shot to get 10 yards.
No doubt about it. All right, it all comes down to this now to see what we're going to have to do as we get the ball back after this play. This is it right here, because they run this play, and regardless of what they do, we're going to get the ball and have an opportunity to do what we can do. 1st and goal, Goff under center. Now somebody moves on the line, and that's going to back them up 5 yards. Oh, baby, that's huge. That's huge.
That is big.
Oh, my goodness. There's another one. That's 105 yards, 13 penalties. Holy moly.
Oh, Danny Daniels can't be happy with this second half.
Well,
penalty display.
If you were the coach and your team had 105 yards in penalties in the second half, what would you say to them? Ooh, man.
Well, I don't want to say what I'd say on the air. Simply because that's not our team.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay.
It's not our team.
But you wouldn't say anything bad.
No, nothing that the kids couldn't hear.
Oh, yeah. Okay, boys. This is high school football at its best. 1st and goal.
No,
fourth down. Excuse me. 4th down. Ball on the 5-yard line, and he is almost stopped. Still breaking tackles, and he's stopped. And we're going to get the ball back.
Jared Jackson.
Oh, baby. Ryland
on the bottom, Budwell on the bottom of that. Torrance Ely down there.
These guys are pumped up. And, man, if I had a game ball, I would give it to every one of those guys on defense because they have just potentially saved the ball game.
And we see Ryan Rowland really slow to get up. He was gave it his all on that run. He probably got hit 4 or 5 times.
Why do you not give the ball to Elliott there? I can't figure that one out. I just don't.
I throw it. He was out wide. Throw it in the air. He had made the catch twice. But, who are we to question their calls?
I mean, you could pitch the ball back to Rowland 15 yards back in the backfield, and he has a better chance of scoring back there.
Yeah, you mean Elliott.
Because he can see the open field. Elliott, oh, man, I tell you, that's amazing. Okay, so here we go. First and goal. Shawnee Wolves, all we need to do is score any kind of point. Touchdown, field goal, anything, and it's our ball game. Carter Whitson under center just takes the ball, and I think they're going to run that play until they get 4th down or maybe even 3rd down because here's what you do.
Well, Jake Simpson just leading the way there, knocking heads out of the way.
Kick the field goal on 3rd down. In case there's a missed snap or whatever, you got another shot at it.
Yep.
Possibly, you think?
Yeah, I think that would be a good call. And Carter gained 5 yards on that play.
Did. So you do it again, you score a touchdown.
And what they're saying is, you know what, you can shoot any gap you want.
I don't care.
We're bigger.
I'm going to blow you away.
We're bigger, we're stronger. We aren't going backwards, we're going forward.
And if I'm Carter Whitson, I'm running right over number 73 there, or any of those Brian Little, or any of those big guys. Because if he has any kind of a gap at all, that's where Carter Whitson's going. Here he goes, exactly. Oh, and we did the same thing they did.
Yes, we did.
Yep, that hurts us.
What happened was the delay of game clock, the play clock ran down on Carter, and it looks like they're going to hit us with the delay of game penalty. Just didn't get that play off.
Ouch. Well, I still do the same thing. That's going to back it up to the 10 where we started earlier, so
I agree with you, Mark.
Not too big of a damaging penalty. Not quite as bad as what Tulsa had earlier.
Well, we have
their penalty.
That's right. And this is where your call of going second is important, is because we know all we need is a field goal.
Adam Betterton's
they had to go.
Do it.
They had to go for it and try to get their touchdown.
Okay, here you go. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Hands the ball off. Keeps the ball because Carter Whitson finds some room on the right side, and Prentice Elliott finds him out there and tackles him for a 2-yard gain.
Carter showing speed getting out there, trying to get around that corner.
One of the things that you want to try to do here is keep the ball in the center of the field. Should Adam Betterton get an opportunity to kick a field goal, you want to make it as easy as possible for him to be able to hit that thing straight on without having to kick it at an angle.
Exactly right.
3rd down now, so this could be the final running play should we not score a touchdown. And let's see what we do here as we try to center the ball up possibly. And that's exactly what he does and just heads forward there. And here we go, Adam Betterton. You're the man. You are the man, Adam. You can do it.
He looks confident as he runs out there. I think he knows he can.
You know what? You got to have confidence. You've already kicked the 25-yarder, then turned around and kicked the 35-yarder.
Yeah,
that could have been a 40.
Yeah.
And this right now is going to be only a
25-yarder.
25-yard field goal, which, man, that's not much more than an extra point for
Adam
Betterton.
And we don't want to make light of it. This is a big thing. A lot of pressure on this young man.
Absolutely.
As he pulls it off, that's right, as he pulls it off, it's going to be good for him, not only right now for this game, but throughout his career.
Here it is. Here's the ball game now, possibly. Ball snaps down. It's up, and it is
right down the middle.
Yes, field goal. Adam Betterton wins the game for the Shawnee Wolves as the players go wild. Helmets are thrown into the air, run out onto the field. Everybody's jumping. The fans are still here as they watch the Shawnee Wolves get a victory, snatch a victory from Tulsa. Man, this is one ball game that you'll want to watch Saturday morning, Tuesday night, tape it, watch it again the rest. I'm telling you, this is a great win for Shawnee, 30-27. Adam Betterton, star of the game tonight as he comes on and kicks a game-winning field goal. Wow! That's unbelievable. Thank you, Robert Gunderson, for that great scoreboard that reads Shawnee 30 and the visitors from Tulsa, who only have 27 points. Oh, man, Is this a great win or what?
High five, and that is the
That's
ball
high school
game,
football,
Mark.
baby. That's high school football at its best.
You're
I love
exactly right. As the kids exchange their their condolences and their congratulations.
And
there.
we saw one of the premier running backs in high school football in Prentice Elliott tonight. They didn't win. They didn't beat us. And that's what you want to see. You want to see a great effort from a great athlete, but you want to come away victorious. And that's exactly what we were able to do tonight by three great field goals, 9 points for Adam Betterington tonight. And because of that and a great defensive stand, they bent several times, but they never broke, especially down here, Daniel, the last play of the game. Talk about it.
That north end zone.
Oh, yes.
Oh, when they
Unreal.
chased that young man all over the field. One of the best runs, you said, one of the best runs you've seen in high school football.
Was crazy.
And they caught him, I mean, lo and behold, inside the 2-yard line to preserve the overtime. And that just goes to show what kind of athlete this young man is. And, your heart has to go out to this team. Because
they played a great game.
and last week this young man gains over 300 yards. This week he pushes the 300-yard mark. And yet both games they come away on the losing side of the stick.
But Daniel, think about this. The difference in the ball game tonight, penalties against Tulsa. Over 100 yards in penalties in the second half alone. They play clean football tonight, keep their head in the game, and this could have been a different story all the way around.
It could have been, but maybe it wouldn't have been.
Well, that's part of the ball game.
That's
right. What I'm saying is that that's all part of it. And so our team does a great job in not creating all those penalties and keeping their heads in the ball game. And we got a few penalties tonight, but not near as many as Tulsa did. Wow.
It's nice to see Coach gathering the young men around him and congratulating them, and I'm sure he's pumping them up for the team effort they all put forth tonight. The blood, the sweat, the tears. I'm telling you, the word of the game tonight from Coach was investment. And he said, boys, we're going to win this game because you have invested more into your football ability, into this program than they have. At the end, we're going to come out on top because of the kids' investments.
These guys didn't leave anything out on that field. They gave 100% effort all game long tonight. They really did. And because of that, we're able to come away victorious. Let's talk a little bit about our schedule for the rest of the season. Next week we'll go on the road. In fact, we'll go on the road for a couple of weeks now as we take on Tulsa East Central, a team that beat this team last week. And we'll have a...
they came back from 17 points down in the fourth quarter.
Exactly. So we've got our work cut out for us next week. But, boy, is this not it's got to be a great incentive for them to know that they can beat a great team like we saw tonight, and you see the team down there just cheering and so excited. And then we go on the road the next week again, as well as we go down to McAllister and play that game 2 weeks from tonight. Then we'll be back here Halloween night, October 31st, against Oklahoma City John Marshall. That'll be a great matchup. That'll be our final home game for the regular season. And then the last game will be November 7th against Tulsa McKelly up there in Tulsa.
So we know that our next broadcast is going to be on Halloween night. And we'll be taping it, and we'll show it the day after. We want you to watch for this broadcast, of course, on Saturday morning and on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. We want to thank the Shawnee Wolves for a wonderful game tonight, a great effort by the coaching staff and all the kids. Shawnee, thanks for tuning in. Remember, let our sponsors know that you appreciate this broadcast.
I've always been impressed with those guys, the deputies and the admin. They've always been kind. The deputies have pretty much work with very little pay, which is disappointing to me because they need to be paid more. But they don't complain. They work and they do their job. I mean, that was what impressed me the most about these guys was I'd go on a call and I never once heard them complain. Go to hopefully we never have to, but going to a funeral when they're honoring one of their fallen retired sheriffs or deputies, the way they show up. So I know I've got a great group of guys to work with, and I'm excited about that. I think we'll be able to work together. We will.
Our beef is exclusively available at the Monk's Marketplace. Taste the difference that care and quality make. And visit our serene landscape to pick up your perfect cut.
On Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support local. Stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
For 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Gordon Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
A lot of people don't know we started Eric's Pharmacy in 1995. So we've been going strong for over 29 years. We had a chance to spruce things up, put in new flooring, new shelving, and it really, really came together beautifully. We invite everyone to come by and take a look.
Castor Key Auto Mart, online or in person. Castor Key Auto Mart. They're good people to deal with.